Momo comes in all mellow.
Well, I feel like it's your thing. The good afternoon is your thing.
It's our thing.
So I let you guys go first.
Yeah, right. I get that.
You know?
I get that. Momo's in for Ireland today.
Yeah.
So the one thing I missed in that open was the jingle that I love so much, which is this.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
I love that one.
At least you have it there at the click of a button.
Exactly. You know what? Anybody can do that. By the way, you can make a jingle for us, and we'll wind up playing. This guy did not think.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
He did not think that he would wind up on virtually every open we have. We don't know. I don't know who that guy is anymore, but he's a big star because every day I like that jingle.
Yeah. Who is that guy?
We don't know.
Does he know who he is?
Was he a caller?
I don't know the answer to
Did
this
that
question.
get sent to you through?
It was not
the
sent to me.
socials?
Was not sent to
I
you.
was not here the day that
It
happened.
was
I
it a
think
caller?
it was a caller. I'm pretty sure it was.
Yeah, when we do sports graffiti, if you got a little ditty, a little
Ditty?
song,
Yeah.
you can do it. You never know. You may wind up in the open. So it's the Waba Girl lunch hour. We're going to be getting lunch here in a minute, which I'm excited about. Momo,
I want that now.
What's happening in your world?
I don't know. It's trade deadline season.
Yeah,
you know?
it's
We're
so
getting
much going on.
close. I'm like on the phone. Like all last night, that was the big news was De'Aaron Fox might
Yeah.
be moved. I don't know if it'll happen now. It could happen this summer, but
Oh, you don't think it's going to happen now?
I mean, there's a chance. I think teams will make offers to the Kings and they'll think about him.
And you think it's? I mean, it sounds like he wants to go to San Antonio.
I think that's high on the list.
High on the list.
Does that make sense?
They're the
I
betting
think they're-
favorites in Vegas
Yeah.
for who will get.
I think there's an appeal of the Eastern Conference too.
Yeah.
There's a,
Yeah.
bring it in.
Waba Grill's
Bring it in.
here.
Grill
Nice.
time.
Waba Grill time.
All right.
Greg
Here
said
we
there
go.
would be food, and I left mine at home. because I
Waba
wanted to
Grill
eat this
lunch
instead.
hour.
Excellent.
Waba Grill, their newest spicy, fiery hot sauce. If Morales was here, he would say, "Bam!" And currently at Waba Grill, they have the
Nice.
Value Bowl combo for only $8.99 for a limited time. It includes a chicken mini bowl, value drink, and your choice of a Boom Boom taco or 5-piece dumplings. Waba Grill,
Wow.
it is for you. Grilled to order every time because it's just better for you. And you can download the Waba Rewards app, get 25% off your first order, and start earning points toward free food. So what are we looking at? You open up your lunch there yet, Momo?
Oh, I was going to be professional and wait till the
No,
commercial.
I
break.
No. You
believe
do it
just
now.
the
And just like
idea is to
Morales
be-
would say for these boom boom tacos.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Okay. I'm
I
not
got the
gonna
boom
go-
boom taco. Boom boom
I'm
bam.
gonna go straight chicken right
I'm
now.
going straight.
belly.
Yeah. Oh.
That's
you're
good. That
just
looks really
doing
good.
it.
Hey, why are Brian and I not getting anything? We want
You
some
can
Waba
come in.
Grill. No, they're bringing it to
That
us too.
spicy sauce is like bam.
Really
Like-
spicy.
like bam.
You can be all
Gotta
right
get
there,
really
babe?
into the bam.
You gonna be all
That's
right?
good.
Oh, these look good.
So, Momo,
Yeah.
abdominal strain.
This is
Two
gonna be-
words haunting Los Angeles today.
Yes.
Abdominal strain. What do we know?
Well, the fact that he's not even going to be reevaluated for
For a week,
tells
yeah.
me that he's going to be out longer than a week, which says, okay, trade deadline is February 6th. That means he's probably out through the trade deadline.
Right.
Which at that point, you might as well just keep him out through All-Star. And leave
Right.
the All-Star break is like February.
Oh God, they
13th or
cannot
so.
win without Anthony Davis. They
So
can't
I'm-
win a lot.
So I think that's the best case scenario, is you just keep him out all the way through the All-Star break.
What if it's what Travis said, where it's like it always looks worse than it is sometimes
They
with
wouldn't have
Anthony
said
Davis?
it's going to be reevaluated in a week.
Right. I think that's the biggest point for me is that he leaving with the strain leaves the game, and then they don't know right away after an MRI. That's
Right.
scary.
Yeah, no, it's scary, and there's no grade or anything because apparently this can be grade 1 or grade 2 or one of those. Which is worse, a 1 or a 2?
2 is worse.
2 is worse. How high does the number go up?
3.
It goes to 3.
3 is a tear.
Oh, 3 we don't want.
I mean, actually, I think even a 1 is a tear. That's, I think there's some level of tearing, but it's a severity and where it is, et cetera. Look, the Magic just had that. They had 2 star players go out with this exact thing, and I think it was 6 to 8 weeks.
Ooh.
So,
But we're not doctors.
We're not doctors.
Some
Maybe
guy
they
on
had a
Twitter doc came out with a diagnosis like before the game was even over.
Oh, yeah, that's a big
Well,
deal.
it's not a diagnosis of him. It's just saying
Grade
typically
1.
If you have a grade 1 sprain, and God, these are so good.
They are really good.
A grade 1 strain would be 7 to 10 days. A grade 2 strain would be normally 3 to 6 weeks.
Right. Okay.
Right.
And we don't
Thank you,
know at
Twitter
this
Doc.
moment. We don't know at this moment. Thank you, Twitter Doc. So where are the Lakers without Anthony Davis? I mean, he has really had played in 41 of 44 games. Has been just a monster for him defensively and offensively. Obviously, had the huge game the other night.
I picked him as the Lakers All-Star. Like when I have a media vote.
Yep.
And I felt really weird not voting for LeBron because I feel like he deserves to be an All-Star.
Sure.
And I felt like he probably would be anyway.
Right.
But I felt if you have to pick one of the two guys who's had the better season, it's Anthony
Oh,
Davis.
I think hands down, right?
Yeah.
Does anybody disagree with that? I think Anthony Davis.
He will be named an All-Star when they do the he'll be named an All-Star, but I don't know. I doubt he'll play. I mean, if you're the Lakers, you don't want to play in the All-Star game.
Oh, well, who cares about this All-Star game? My God, it's like a tournament. There's like 2 teams or 3 teams, and they're rising stars, and they're putting together. What is going on? What are we doing? Momo, what are we doing?
Nobody knows. It's a waste of time, but it's part of the broadcast deal, and there's a lot of sponsors there, so whatever.
But there's got to be. There's no way to really fix this at this point.
I think the most exciting part are the competitions on Saturday night.
I agree.
We should just build those out.
Yeah, I mean, I came across the story today. Obviously, last year was the Sabrina Ionescu versus Steph Curry matchup, which was good. Steph ended up winning, but it was really close. And this year they invited Caitlin Clark to participate. The idea was Caitlin Clark plus Sabrina versus Steph Curry and Clay.
Oh, so good.
Which is so good. Now, what Caitlin came back with is, I am a catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. I do not want to take balls off a rack and shoot.
Neither does Steph Curry, but he does it.
Right.
Neither does Clay. Nobody wants to shoot off a rack.
Right.
You got to get with the program. Sometimes you have to. Sometimes when you're the woman, when you're that person, you just got to do things. Sometimes,
right?
Command performance.
So yeah,
I mean, last year I was on her side because I did agree that she had played so many games in college, and then you go right into the WNBA,
right?
And then even with the Olympics, like I think she should have been on the Olympic team,
sure.
But I was like, she does need to rest. She needs to chill.
Yeah,
and like on some level, you just can't play year round. I don't want to see her get hurt, etc. But this is the part where you're elevating the women's game. This is when you have to do those moments. Sabrina does it. I mean, don't be afraid of the moment.
Sure,
do it.
Sure.
And don't be, picking. Like to me, it's like no shooter likes to shoot off a rack.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we're not going to get the big show because that would have been a draw. That would have been the biggest draw of All-Star Weekend.
Yeah.
That and Seth McClung going for his 3rd consecutive slam dunk.
You don't even know his name.
Seth McClung. Who is Seth McClung? Is he not a person?
He may be a person.
I think he is a person. I must know a guy named Seth McClung. Mac McClung is going for his 3rd consecutive. He's looking to three-peat.
That is Can you name any of the other 3 guys that are on the dunk contest?
No, because I've not dug in and done my research yet.
A little bit.
It's all over.
Wait.
Matas Vuzelis.
Yeah, the guy from the Bulls and the Stephon Castle from the Spurs.
Yeah, sure.
Household guy from the Bucks too. I think guy from the Bucks as well.
AJ Griffin maybe.
Nope,
not that guy.
By the way, Seth McClung, pitcher, Tampa Bay Rays.
There you go.
I knew there was. I knew there was a guy. I knew there was a guy. Yes. So
that's wild.
There is a Seth McClung. He will not be dunking, but Mac will be.
How's that Wild Grill treating you?
I'll tell you what.
That boom boom sauce.
It's not usual that I eat.
No, you
don't
never eat.
You don't.
But this is so friggin' good.
Also, you got to have some of these dumplings.
And by the way,
I'm going to eat like 7.
I am going to say pretty healthy.
Yeah,
this is pretty healthy. I mean, it's chicken, it's a little sauce, it's some onions, it's some delicious, some cabbage.
Delicious.
Excellent. Mm-hmm. All right, I want to mention one thing here. Beto and the entire 710 ESPN team is going to be at Cosm this Saturday for the Michelob Ultra official Lakers watch party. Beto broadcasting for pre and half and post. You get photos with the championship trophy. You can watch Lakers Knicks. Feel like you're at MSG with Cosm's immersive technology. You can purchase tickets at Cosm.com. That's COSM.com, or use the Cosm app. You can also RSVP for your chance to win at ESPNLA.com. All right, here's the question. LeBron, Lakers, what are you doing? What are you doing last night? I mean, aside from the AD injury. I mean, that first quarter substitution was very questionable. We will get into it coming up. Mason in Ireland, Momo's in for John, 710 ESPN.
Still throwing it down.
Backdoor cut to
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Sylmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
You know, I want to thank them. You know, without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. You know, little help like you guys asked for. You know, I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo from Math, and I'm from Sylmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. You know, I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, you know, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you. Your game.
Enjoy New Year savings at Carden Alleyway Hyundai. Lease a brand new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SC for just $209 a month plus tax for 36 months. Plus, enjoy peace of mind driving with America's best warranty. Visit us today at Carden Alleyway Hyundai, just off the 91 freeway, or online at CardenAlleyWayHyundai.com. $34.99 due at signing, includes 10,000 miles per year, plus tax, license, $85 dock fee, and registration. No security deposit required. Subject to HMF credit approval. Expires 02/03/2025.
You never expect a Hail Mary pass to win and end the game or getting into an accident. Hey, it's Trav with DeMarco.
Only one all-star defense team you can call to defend you. The personal injury law offices of Joseph S. Normand. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000.
Don't get sacked by others. Joseph will help you achieve the maximum compensation you deserve. Visit normandlegal.com or call 213-747-2000. That's 213-747-2000.
Let Joseph and his team score a touchdown for you.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
And it is Mason in Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Derrick Henry, the leading rusher in the NFL. That's the name you can't think of.
For a second, yeah. Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
Okay, Momo. Big birthday today.
Is it my birthday?
Nope.
Nope. Is it your birthday?
You mentioned it is Brian Windhorst's birthday.
It is Brian Windhorst's birthday.
That is not happy birthday, Brian, but that's not who we're playing this for. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 71st birthday of Oprah.
What? How did I not know that?
I I knew Momo, this would light her up. She loves her some Oprah.
I love Oprah.
How are you not getting updates on your phone on her birthday?
Yeah, is that not? Don't
that.
you have
It
sign
should
up for the
ding.
Oprah app and stuff?
It's called the O app.
The O app.
Careful there.
Does she still have? Yeah.
As much as I want.
Do you have that at your house?
The O app? I
The
hope
O
so.
app? No. So it is her birthday. Why is?
I'm just not even
Why
answering.
is she? Why is she your guiding North Star, Momo?
Because it's this. She just has this blend of positivity and empathy. She wants to make herself the best version of herself, but she's also flawed, and she's not afraid to talk about all those flaws.
Yeah.
I relate, and I
You
think she all the stories she does, she gets in there, and she's not afraid to get messy with it. Right, like some of those stories that she tells that like. They're messy. That's how life is.
So-
It's not just like puppy dogs and rainbows.
It's funny. A lot of the Oprah stuff has migrated, I think, to some of it has migrated to sports.
Yeah.
Like, for example, JJ Redick
Yeah.
likes to use the term intentionality.
I love intentionality.
Now, I think that came from, that's
Oprah.
Through Oprah. That's her.
Yes. I don't think she birthed it, but I think it came through her.
It came through her. It became mainstream through her. Yes.
Yeah. Intentionality is, while I'm on my diet right now, I think every night about what I'm going to do when that 10 p.m. hunger craving comes.
Yep.
And I want to eat some chips. And
Yeah.
I'm watching TV. That's like the downfall.
Yep.
And I'm like, I want to be intentional about this. If I'm going to like succumb to this craving, I'm going to do something healthy.
Right.
So there's my intention. Okay, tonight,
So
if I have this, I'm going to have a piece of fruit. Tonight, if I feel like I want to eat something, I'm going to have some carrot sticks.
Yeah.
I'm going to have one spoonful of hummus.
Yes, right.
That's my intentionality
Okay.
here. I'm being intentional. I'm not just letting things take over me.
Now, Bergman, do you have any intentionality?
Do I have intentionality?
Yeah.
Everything I do has with intentionality.
Yeah, I don't fully understand what it just sounds like a
Set your intention for the day. When you woke up today, what was your intention for today? What is it?
get through it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but you have an intention to do a good show
I have
today. You have an
no.
intention
Just
to
get through it.
eat
That's my
delicious
intention
When I
waffle
go to
every
sleep
day.
at night, I have an intention to go to bed. I want to wake up and take Daniel to school because I know I like that connection point in the morning with my kids.
Yep.
Then I want to go work out. Then I want to come down here, and I'm going to have an intention of making 7 phone calls to so and so and so, and
Right.
get on my stuff, and like.
Do you have like a list of things you do?
Yes, I have. I take notes.
I do not have a list of things.
I have,
Sometimes I do. Generally, I don't have any
I have
list.
the note in the notes app in my phone. I just constantly am putting a to-do list.
Now I have in my notes app, I have a page for every day. Like I'm trying to think. I put stuff on my Wednesday note. Oh, actually,
do?
Bergman, this is for you. Yeah, I do it.
It was for me.
This one is for you.
Oh, boy.
I have this concept. Momo, are you watching Traitors?
Oh, I love it.
I know you guys. You know what you did? You got me into Shrinking, though. I started binging
Shrinking.
Shrinking.
So good.
Really good.
I started
So
season
good.
1. It's really good. I
How
watched,
great
like,
is
4
Harrison
episodes.
Ford?
He's
I mean,
so
seriously,
good.
he's so funny.
Yeah, he's really good.
So Traitors is really. So I had this idea, Bergman, that the Traitors show, which is hosted by Alan Cumming, it's on Peacock, and it's got a bunch of reality stars and housewives and challenge winners. Why don't they do a Traitors with major radio people from every town in the country, like the top 30 markets? Somebody from each town moves into this house. They talk about it through their shows, and I would imagine it would be huge.
So Mason in Ireland, let's say the Rizzo show, and
Right.
like
Michael K.
Michael
would
K.
be-
We'll all be in the same
Right.
house. You guys would kill each other. You know what? What would actually happen? Nobody would speak to anybody else. When the microphones,
not true.
When microphones are on, you're all going to talk to each other. As soon as they're off, boom, nothing.
Absolutely not. First of all, the microphones never go off.
Oh, okay.
You are constantly being filmed, so I don't think there's let's the mics off.
I do
let's
love
not
the
talk.
idea. I
Mason,
do
when
Isn't
was
it
the
a good
last
idea?
time you answered your phone after the show was over?
Unless it's my mom. No.
Yeah. I mean,
I'll answer for my
You
mom.
are famous for walking out of the studio and like don't even want to take the elevator
Right,
ride.
but this is a game, Momo. This is a competition, and like I would take Michael K out at the knees if I could advance in
You
that
say,
game.
"I got your back, man.
Yeah,
I got you. It's gonna be me and you all the way."
No.
And then you trade him, and he's out.
We are gonna banish Rizzo.
Banish Rizzo. He's a
I'm telling
threat.
you, it's good. Check it out, Momo. It is
Okay.
really fun.
I tried, but I got more into Shrinking first.
Well, good. I'm
I
glad.
started watching Traitors. I couldn't get into it for the first 10 minutes, and then I said, well, "Let's try that other show." And
Yeah.
then I got
Watching
into that.
Well, I'm glad you got a good one.
Last year.
No, last year.
That's a
The
good
season 1.
That was
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah.
Would you rather be a traitor or faithful if you had? a
Oh,
chance?
that's a very good question.
That's a really good question.
It's a tough one.
I would rather be a Traitor. I think it must be really fun to be a Traitor, to go up to the turret and put a put a cloak on, and there's Boston Rob, and I'm like, yeah, let's take out Bob the drag queen or whatever it is. I mean, that's what that show is.
Do you think you can lie to everybody consistently enough to be a Traitor?
What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think you can. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
I can.
I think you can.
I think it's
I don't
a
think
specialty.
Ireland could. Like, who here would be the best Traitor?
I'm not good at lying.
Cappy's not smart enough.
He's going up here today. You can tell him that.
No, he's not schemy. He's not like.
Oh,
he's not,
I
you
think
know who
you're
would be the best Traitor?
underestimating Cappy.
Morales would be the best Traitor.
I think you'd be too obvious of a
You
traitor.
think so?
Though.
Yeah.
I think
I
you'd
think
be like,
Sedano
oh,
would be
he's
a
a traitor for
Sedano
sure.
would be a good Traitor.
Sedano could be a traitor.
Yeah. Anyways, if you haven't checked out that show,
He would go into
great.
silos and talk to all the different people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So last night, I don't know if anybody noticed this, but I walked into the gym last night, and I'm looking at the TV, and the Lakers are on, and I see Bronny James is out there, and I'm like, what the hell? Is the game over? Has it already been won? Has it been decided? Why is Bronny James in the game? And he entered in the first quarter last night. Momo, why?
Well, theoretically, it's because Gabe Vincent has been out with a knee injury, and they needed somebody who had some energy and youthful enthusiasm to pressure Tyrese Maxey. They were playing the 76ers. Maxey's an all-star guard. He's like got a little pep in his step, and so JJ was like, let's throw the kid on him and see if he can mess with him.
Yeah, LeBron, Bronny went 0 for 5, 0 for 4 from 3, played 15 minutes, had 3 turnovers, -9 plus minus. And it's just this is at one of the worst marks in the NBA on Tuesday in terms of plus minus.
What was it?
-9.
That's not that bad.
-9.
But
he only played 15 minutes.
Look,
so what are we doing here? I mean, seriously, what are we doing?
It was hard to watch. I'm going to tell you. Like, I've been a defender of this move the whole time because my thought was if he makes LeBron 10% better and happier, that's worth it for a 55th pick overall for somebody who's usually in the G League most of the year. Like, how often do we think about Hood Schifino or whatever? Like I'm fine. I was fine with them drafting him. LeBron is giddy to have his son on the team,
right?
That's
and
really
all that's great. 10% happier,
Yeah.
all that stuff. I was
However,
like 50% more unhappy that I saw Bronny in the game in the first quarter last night.
He went down to the G League and he had a couple of really good games. He had like 31 points the other night. JJ said he'd been looking good in the Stay Ready games, and they threw him out there, mates, and it was like deer in the headlights.
He looked overwhelmed.
It's like when you put a quarterback out there and the game is way too fast for them, and they're just totally deer in the headlights. And you're like, you know what? Just hand the ball off. It was bad. It was really hard to
bad.
watch.
And I think I want to go easy here because I don't dislike Bronny in any way, and I hope he finds his game and all that stuff. But I think Stephen A. This morning spoke for a lot of people.
I'm really trying to be as respectful as I possibly can be towards LeBron James. One of the top 2 or 3 players in the history of basketball, number 2 in my eyes. A treasure to the game of basketball that we should and will all miss when he is gone. I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Stop this.
Ooh.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not. He's not wrong. And again, I also want to be respectful. But I mean, he shouldn't. You can't just throw that kid into the first quarter of a game after a couple of successful G League games.
I actually put that one on JJ. I put this one on JJ, and he put it on himself too.
You think it was JJ? You don't think LeBron had any say in JJ putting him out there?
I think that is a coach's decision. Like in the past, I felt like they were trying to give LeBron and Bronny their moments.
Right.
And there was a good spot to put him in.
Sure.
When they put him in, it was the same. They usually put him in at the end of the first quarter. That's usually when they've gotten him into the game. There's a sort of lull in the moment. And there was an argument like, okay, Maxey is a quick athletic guard. That's what Bronny's supposed to be specialized. Right now his defense is ahead of his offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why not give the kid a chance? Like I saw the Celtics do that with a guy named Jaden Springer the other night. They were playing James Harden. They threw Springer in. He never plays. The guy came up with 4 steals. He looked good. He won the game for them basically against the Clippers. So it's not crazy to put him in there. But
well, no, it is crazy to put him in there.
But when he was in there and it was like total deer in the headlights.
Right.
And honestly, like AD was still in the game at that point, and there was a turnover where Bronny turns it over. AD chases Yabusele down and tries to block him.
Mm-hmm.
And this is when he's still dealing with that ab injury.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know if that made it. It certainly didn't make it better.
Right.
On the chase down there, but I felt like that you don't put him back in the game after those minutes.
Right.
He went back in a couple times.
I don't think he should be in the game. Period.
No.
Not at all.
Not if it's going to be like that.
And
you put him in when you're up or
garbage
down
time.
20.
Correct. Final 3 minutes of a game's decided. That's when Bronny plays,
Not in
and
the
that's when
first-
he gets his reps,
Well,
and that's when he gets
here's
his
the thing that's
opportunity.
always gotten to me. LeBron wants to win.
Sure.
So he understands that his son is not ready. He can look at him and say, there is some level of objectivity that knows he's not an NBA player right now.
Right.
He's not there. So he has to know that.
But JJ's got to know that too.
Yeah, he does. But I think they talked themselves into something, right? There's this idea he did legitimately play really well in the G League.
Yeah, I mean,
he did look good to them in their drills and stuff. But that was like, I mean, have you ever gotten in a situation where you're like, whoa, I am really out of my depth here?
Of course.
And then you try to fake it till you make it a little
correct.
bit.
And by the way, you can get through that. I mean, the very first night I started in radio, I went to them and the guy asked, "Well, you've been a DJ before, right?" And I said, "Yes." I had never been a disc jockey. And I did the overnight shift.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it was a disaster. There was dead air.
that was
and
mine, yeah.
songs playing twice and all this stuff. But I lied my way in.
Yeah.
You can do that. But in this particular case, I was at midnight. He's in the first quarter of an NBA basketball game.
That mattered.
Matters a lot.
And
that game mattered.
And then the other part of it, too, is that, yes, Shake Milton didn't play well in Charlotte. He hasn't been playing well with the Lakers at all. But he's still a legitimate NBA player that has scored in this league, that has played in this league for
He
years.
had some good years in Philly, actually.
He did have good years in Philly. He played in Brooklyn. He put up like 35 points one game this year. He's a legitimate NBA player. How Bronny got in over that is really concerning, because part of me feels like, okay, we're in a city that you're not. It's a big time city, Philly. I want LeBron and Bronny to play together in a meaningful moment.
End of the game.
Yeah,
End of the game.
But then LeBron will be playing with them.
But I don't think that's what JJ was thinking. JJ made.
Why else would you put him in the first quarter?
I don't
I think
understand.
he thought he could pressure the ball handler.
No, nobody can think that. I mean, I understand what you're saying. You're right.
Bronny can be a good defensive player. He just wasn't up to the moment last night.
Right, but in this particular case, we cannot be smarter than JJ. We have seen Bronny play enough to say he's not ready. I mean, it's just he's not ready yet.
No, the game's way too fast.
And by the way, he may get ready. I mean, he may be a contributor or something, but he's not close to it right now. And we saw it last night in the first quarter of a game that the Lakers really, really could have used a win. All right, going to spin the wheel of questions coming up next. Tomorrow, Beverly Hills Ortho. It is a Line and Shine Day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., kicking off 2025 with $2,025 off Invisalign or braces. Space limited. Go to BeverlyHillsOrtho.com to reserve your spot or call 310-785-0770. Portion of all the proceeds go to the victims of the fires. Don't miss a Line and Shine Day tomorrow at Beverly Hills Ortho. By the way, that Bronny thing, we can pick up that decision during conversation during Sports Graffiti. I'll be interested to hear what people have to say about that. Mason in Ireland, Momo's in for John, 710 ESPN. You know, I want to start off by saying that if you or a loved one has been injured or lost property because of the fires, the law offices of Jacob and Ronnie has filed lawsuits against those responsible. Call Jacob for a case evaluation. Help him. He will help you to review your insurance policy completely free. If you join the Eaton Fire lawsuit, you pay nothing until you win. That's what I love about Jacob. His team is firing on all cylinders right now. They were able to quickly partner with attorneys that specialize in fire cases to support people as they're impacted by the Eaton fires. Got a chance to talk to Jacob about some of the cases recently. The other day he was here. Yesterday, in fact, law offices of Jacob and Ronnie secured a $1 million settlement for a family involved in a car accident. Father needed extensive back surgery, and he was able to get the compensation that he deserves. Same thing for victims of the fire. Jacob is absolutely there for you. He's also there for you if you're involved in any kind of accident or injury. Last thing you want to do is accept the first offer they call you with. My friend Jacob deals with the insurance company daily, and he knows how to win. Call Jacob, 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember, calljacob.com. Together we are L.A. strong. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
The LA Kings road trip continues on to Florida, where they'll meet the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. The Kings hosted the Panthers last Wednesday in LA and came from behind in the third period to earn a thrilling victory.
Comes Samuel Hellenius, the big finish forward. Lewis drops it back. Spence shoots. It's blocked in front. Loose puck. Poke toward the goal. Score! Samuel Hellenius, his first NHL goal! He pokes in the loose puck, and with 13:19 left to play, Big Sammy makes it 1-1. Spins across that shot. One-timer. Score! A right circle one-timer from Kevin Fiala found its way through night, and with 6:48 left, it's 2-1 LA, and it's Kempe who will lead the team back to the bench. He might have redirected it in. 5 seconds left. Kachuk tries to center, deflected away, spun toward the middle. That's going to do it. Kings win.
It's the Kings and the Panthers, tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
3-748-1291 today at Entertainment's official address.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text LION to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text LION to 321321. That's LION to 321321. And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland here each weekday. You know what it's time for? What is this? It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right, here we go. Laura's not here today. She's sick, and Luke still doesn't like the question. It's not just Laura.
It's every question.
It's every question. So this is kind of a big sprawling question that came up. I put a bunch of big sprawling questions on the wheel today. So came across this story. Do you know who Tavia Grace is? I'm sorry, Tavia Hunt is.
I do not.
She is the wife of Clark Hunt, who owns the Kansas City Royals or Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
So she came out and did an interview, and she attributes a lot of the success of the team to God. She says, in 2012, we were broken, winning only 2 games and facing an unimaginable tragedy. It was a humbling, desperate season. We had nowhere to turn but God. She goes on to say, by God's grace, we've had success. It's not black magic or referee favoritism. It's a lot of hard work, belief, and purpose that lead with humility and puts God first. And she goes on to talk about the chaplain and all that kind of stuff. So, all nice stuff. But the question is God a Chiefs fan?
That's great. It's a great question.
Is God a Chiefs fan?
No. I'm happy for her that she has God in her life. I'm happy for her that she has that level of belief and commitment and faith. I don't think God gets involved in matters on the gridiron.
Yeah, I mean, I think God is neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah, God is neutral.
Like if somebody gets hurt or if you pray to God for strength, I think.
All that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that's. I mean, by the way, I believe in God. I believe in the power of prayer. I believe in all of that stuff. I just don't believe God only wants the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I always thought that God was an absentee landlord. That's what
God is an absentee landlord.
I mean, that's what John Ireland always says.
That's what John Ireland says. I did the line for him.
Thank you.
That was going to come up.
Yeah.
That was going to come up. What do you think, Bergman?
No, I don't. No, I don't believe in any of that stuff.
You don't believe God is a Chiefs fan?
No, it doesn't go directly.
God doesn't want the three-peat?
Maybe God could be a Chiefs fan and a Raider fan and a Charger fan and an Eagle fan.
To me, that's what he is.
Yeah,
he's just a fan.
He's
just a fan of everybody. He's a fan of everybody. Exactly.
Yeah,
but I do believe that there are baseball gods.
No, there are not baseball gods.
By the way, I believe in the Church of Baseball. I believe that there are 108 seams on a baseball, just like there are in a rosary.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry, Bull Durham.
Going all Bull Durham on us.
No, I believe that if I tap my bat 4 times on the ground first and then 3 times in the air, that I'll get hit.
That's not God. That's superstition.
It's superstition. But
how many times did you get a hit?
I mean, I didn't have that great of an average.
You didn't have a great average?
I felt like I needed to do this.
Did God let you down?
The baseball gods did.
The baseball gods did.
No, they're baseball gods. Plural.
Right.
And if you treat the game right, they'll treat you right.
Brian, God, Chiefs.
Sounds so silly coming out of my mouth.
What do you say?
The best part about that quote you read, I just like that she, in fact, acknowledged the black magic.
Correct. She did acknowledge the black magic.
So if there is one, there has to be the other. So
totally agree.
That's what I took away from that.
Yeah,
so
I
think that black magic is on their side.
I think God is on their side. I think the refs are on their side. It's really hard for them to lose.
They've won 2 in a row.
With God
it's
and the
about
refs.
To be 3.
No,
do you think it was black magic how they got the spot? You know, they
oh
on
yeah,
that fourth down call?
God, yeah, of course. That wasn't black magic. That was bad officiating.
Yeah, it's a bad call.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I'll lead us into this. So
he's an absentee landlord.
There it is.
What?
There it is. Okay, so Dean Blandino, who's a big-time analyst on CBS, I think, right? Is Dean Blandino CBS or Fox?
Doesn't matter.
CBS.
Just
go for it.
He's
Pereira
a guy.
is Fox,
right? So he's an official, and he's their consultant when there are calls.
Consultant.
And Romo goes to him and all that. So here's what he appeared on a podcast on Mad Dog Sports Radio. Listen to his response to whether or not the NFL could possibly rig.
What do you say to everybody who watches that game and puts out rigged and that's trending on Twitter? I mean, I know it's crazy, but what do you say to that when everyone goes, well, how come they get all the calls, the Kansas City Chiefs?
It does. Look, I'm not going to sit here and say, look, the Chiefs have gotten the benefit of calls, right? But good teams make their own breaks, right? You think about the Patriots. My brother, who is convinced that the league is rigged, that is convinced that I signed an NDA. I signed an NDA when I left the league office that I cannot tell anybody that it's rigged because I was head of officiating. We grew up in the same household, by the way. Wow. I said, listen, there's no conspiracy. The officials, there's too many variables. There's too much going on. To me, it's the hardest sport when you think about football with 7 different officials to say, okay, I'm going to rig this game or the game is rigged from the league office down. The officials are just trying to get it right. And you can't tell me that the Chiefs have made 7 straight AFC championship games. They're going to play for the three-peat. They're playing in 4 Super Bowls in 6 years, that it's just because of the officiating.
So I agree with Dean Blandino to this point. I don't believe there's a massive conspiracy. No. I don't believe that it's possible to absolutely rig games. There are too many people. You know, it's interesting. The word conspiracy, do you know what it means?
It means that you're conspiring.
To breathe together. That's what the translation is. Think about
Did
how...
you look that up?
I know that. I just know that.
Wow.
So I think that it would be impossible to get everybody together and agree to this and sign NDAs and all that stuff. I think that's just silliness. Dean Blandino's brother is a goofball.
But I do think that when he says good teams make their own luck, okay? I think refs are human. I think like superstars get calls because the ref knows that's LeBron.
Yes.
The ref knows that's Steph Curry. Just like he knows it's Maxwell Lewis or something.
Right,
He's not going
right.
to get the call. And I think that the Chiefs are the 2-time champs, and they're going for 3. And I think those extra inches on a fourth down, and you see things the way you want. Could there be a confirmation
Xavier
bias?
Worthy clearly
Yeah.
drops the ball, but they call it a catch.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even Dean Blandino recognized the Chiefs have gotten the benefit of calls.
Yeah. And
That's what Dean Blandino's take is on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so did Michael Jordan. So did Kobe Bryant. So did the people. Tom Brady gets the benefit of calls.
No question.
If you want to beat the champs, you have to knock them off.
But the officials don't ever. Philly should not expect a favorable call.
No.
I'm sure they get favorable calls
the
too.
The officials have got their thumbs on the scale.
I don't think it's
if it's close, it's going to go Kansas City's way.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure I'd say
that.
that.
I wouldn't go that far.
I would say that.
I'm going that far.
I would say if you want to beat
Sure.
the champs, you have to leave no doubt.
Correct.
You cannot leave it in the hands of the officials. That's every athlete who plays against a killer team, like a team like the Chiefs. You know that you can't just win by 1 point. You can't win by half a yard. You gotta beat them.
Well, that's what the Bills were going to
Soundly.
do until they didn't get that fourth down. They
Maybe.
were driving down the field
They
to make
were.
it an 8-point game.
It wasn't. You don't know that they're going to make it an 8-point.
No,
game.
Well, maybe they
I
shouldn't
don't
have
know
missed
that,
those
but
other
I know if
2-point
they get that
conversions.
first down, the drive continues.
The drive continues, and then you don't know that what's going to happen with the Chiefs. Well, they might come down
And I know
again.
the Xavier Worthy non-catch set up the game-winning
There was
touchdown.
also already a penalty before that was going to give him a first down anyway. But it is a lot of and also that play, it was pinned up against him. That
It
happens,
was definitely hit
It
the ground.
happens in every. Yes, well, you're allowed to hit the
No,
ground. as
no,
long
it
as the ball
definitely was
doesn't-
loose.
No, it was definitely not.
It was
loose.
he did not have complete
everything,
control. Of
everything.
I don't know
that
why
said-
you're such a Chiefs homer. Why
I'm-
did you
I'm-
become such a
I'm
Chiefs
not.
homer?
I think why are you such a refs hater?
I'm
like everybody
because
blaming refs.
I
to
don't
me.
like
It's
any
just- it's
refs.
so-
I don't like any refs. I think they're all
Just get rid of
terrible.
all refs.
Correct. I
We
mean,
don't need them there.
All we do is complain about
No
them.
replay, no
Baseball
refs.
umpires, football.
I mean, listen, this is the guy that likes
referees.
Waymos.
NBA,
Right,
look,
that's true.
NBA
It's
refs.
true.
It's the most random stuff in the world. I think NBA refs are terrible. I've told
said-
Ireland that over and
They
over
are,
again.
But like who? But don't.
See,
but
what did
nobody
you just
wants
say?
that job.
They are. You said.
There are terrible calls all the time. There are bad refs. I agree. There are bad refs. However, most of them sign up for an incredibly thankless job that comes with nothing but grief and very little praise. And they're not bad people.
They're well
They just-
paid. They're well paid.
Sort of.
What do they get paid? $500,000? What is
I
it?
think. I think the ones who work the most. Yeah, they make 4 or 5.
Okay, I don't think if you're making
Flying
that much
all over
money,
the
you
country.
really don't get to complain. Your reward is your salary, your check.
I don't know. These are
Someone
guys making $50 million who are getting in your face and like social media putting you on blast all the time.
How much do NBA referees
I think it's
make?
4 or 5.
Up to $550,000 annually.
Yeah.
Top tier or elite refs get $550,000 per year. You may not get a lot of appreciation. People may not complain about you, but you're making $500,000 a year.
It's a tough life. They don't fly private. They
Yeah,
fly
I know.
commercial with the
I
rest
know.
of us. I see them on planes.
$500,000 is $500,000.
I know.
All right, coming
a
up
lot
next
of-
for you, we're going to do some radio graffiti, sports graffiti. 877-710 ESPN. So there is a lot going on. Anthony Davis, strained abdominal muscle. He'll be reevaluated in a week. He did have an MRI this morning. Jimmy Butler, where's he going to go? Darren Fox.
Yeah.
Where is he going to go? And by the way, now with AD hurt, do the Lakers keep their powder dry and not make a move here at the trade deadline? Bronny in the game last night. I don't know if you saw him. 15 minutes.
Not so good.
Not good. Not good. What's he doing in there in the first quarter? 877-710 ESPN. Lots of stuff here. MoMo sitting in. So, we've got an official NBA insider. And I got some inside stuff I want to ask you next hour, too.
Okay.
Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Tomorrow morning at.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Right now, get our Value Bowl combo for only $8.99. Waba Grill, it's for you.
This is attorney Joseph S. Normand. I'm deeply saddened by the devastation caused by the fires in our community. If you've suffered losses due to the Eaton wildfire, you may be entitled to file a compensation claim. These are complex claims. It's crucial to have an experienced legal team on your side. Please don't hesitate to call me anytime at 213-747-2000, 213-747-2000, or normandlegal.com.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. And we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
All right, so we're going to do some sports graffiti right now. Phones, got a few lines open, 877-710-ESPN, 877-710-ESPN. MoMo is in here for Ireland. Wanted to mention, to kick off Super Week, you can join Mina Kimes live and in person to benefit LA Fire Relief. This is Monday, February 3rd at the Belasco in downtown LA. Doors open at 6:30. Get your tickets right now and find out more about this special evening. What's that?
I think she said Kobe Turner's going to be there.
Oh, yeah. I haven't heard any details. You can go to minapodlive.com for all the details. All right, so Bronny played last night. We've talked about that. Anthony Davis, we don't know. He's going to be reevaluated in a week. 877-710-ESPN. Let's go to Bobby. Bobby, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Bobby.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Before I tell you my solution to the three-point issue,
yes,
quick comment about whose side God is on.
Yes.
First of all, there's no proof that there is a God, or at least there is no evidence that there is. It's all superstition. And, like black magic voodoo.
Yeah. So are you an atheist? Is that what are you an atheist?
Oh, yeah. Atheism, agnosticism, yeah.
Okay, got it. All right, well, that's a take.
So the three-point issue.
Yes.
All you have to do is just relegate the three-point shot to the fourth quarter. I think it'll work peachy.
So only the fourth quarter will there be three-point shots. So are you in on any of this conversation, Momo?
Three-point shot? I don't know what they can do.
Okay. So
I think it has kind of affected the game and the watchability of it.
It has.
I think I would probably do the thing where they move the corner three there.
Where they get rid of the corner three and they create an arc with the,
I don't like the 4-point idea, the idea of making it deeper, because I think that people just learn to shoot more.
My favorite, and this was sort of just a suggestion that came in on the phones that I thought would be really fun. 3 points for a dunk.
Oh.
3 points for a dunk.
That's interesting.
Would that not be fun?
That is interesting.
It would incentivize dunking as much as it incentivizes three-point shooting. And that's what we really want. We want that action.
When Shaq was big time with the Lakers.
Three-pointer after three-pointer after three-pointer.
No, not when Shaq was here. No, it was very much, it was all dunking. And people said, there's too much dunking in this league.
Right.
And now we're getting to three-pointers. Too much three-pointers in
right,
this
but
league.
now we're going to get dunking and three-pointers.
If you get
They're both the same, yeah. It's
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe like an alley-oop dunk is 3 points.
An alley-oop dunk is... Kidding me? That's show business right there.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I don't hate that.
No, it's an interesting solution. Let's go to Chris. Chris, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, it's time for Jeannie to sell the team. That's it, man. We need a new owner.
That's a take?
Okay, that's the take. Time for Jeannie to sell the team.
It's an interesting round.
She has no control over the abdominal muscles of Anthony Davis at this moment.
They also won 4 in a row, and then, it was a terrible loss last night. But
I'm not sure how we got to sell the team. But
I mean, we just went straight from there's no God and Jeannie should sell the team.
I know.
What is this? What is this segment?
This is a sad segment. Do you have something positive?
Somebody, next one better be positive.
877-710 ESPN. God is dead and Jeannie's got to sell.
Happy birthday, Oprah. that work? No.
Yeah, no.
I don't think so.
Let's go to Julio. Julio, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead, Julio.
Yikes.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Just calling this questions for Momo. Just wanted to see her take. She's a Raider fan, so I wanted to see her take on Pete Carroll and the energy he's going to bring to the building in spite of his age.
Good question.
Yeah, I sent that story to you. and it was from The Athletic today, and they talked about why Pete came back. Like, why did he want this Raiders job?
Right.
Because really nobody wants the Raiders job. It's kind of not a great job, right?
Well,
people get fired pretty quickly. They don't have.
Getting better now that Tom Brady is stepping in?
That's all theoretical.
Well, no, Pete did say that Tom Brady had a role in his hiring.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's the idea of Brady as an executive is interesting, and Brady in control. I mean, you could have said the same thing about Magic Johnson as an executive. I don't know. Was that good?
Well, you don't know. I like the first two hires. The general manager is from Tampa, where he worked with him, and Pete Carroll. He's always been a fan.
I like the hire of Pete Carroll. What I love though was Pete Carroll saying, because us Raider fans, we talk about we have a commitment to excellence.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Just win, baby.
You have a commitment to it. It just doesn't happen.
I mean, it's theoretical. It's
it is
marketing.
theoretically.
Yeah,
Excellent.
But I love how Pete said, I have a commitment to passion. Like this is he's 73 years old. He could just retire.
Yeah.
He could just play beach volleyball and teach a class at SC.
I think Pete is an absolutely amazing hire for the
love
Raiders.
It.
He is going to I mean, you know what he is? He's a culture builder.
Yeah.
He's a culture, and that's what the Raiders need. They need a culture and identity. Who are we?
So
they've got to answer that question.
My grandmother used to say, she lived to be like 93 years old, okay? She goes, she was always really busy. She was going out with her ladies on the town group.
Nice.
She was going on cruises all the way up into her 90s.
Cool.
She would drive, and we were all like, oh, I don't know about this.
Yeah, right.
Backing out of the driveway. And she always used to say, it's far better to wear out than to rust out, okay? So, like, in other words, keep working, keep doing stuff.
Oh, yeah,
keep
I totally
going.
agree with that.
You gotta
100%.
wear out, not rust out.
Yeah. And by the way, Pete, to meet him, you would never say, oh, that guy's 73, that guy's 70.
Cares about his 73.
He will be one of the most active guys on that practice field.
He'll be running up and down the sideline and do it,
I don't, are any Raider fans showing any disapproval to Pete?
No, actually, the only one that I've heard is Freddie Prinze Jr.
Doesn't like him?
He doesn't like the hire. He wanted Mike McCarthy.
What?
Yeah. He says he's won everywhere he's gone. I don't understand it, but that was his take.
Okay, that was Freddie. Freddie's take.
Very weird.
All right.
Okay.
Let's
but I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a great hire. I think it's going to be
passion.
great. And by the way, I'm now going to have to kind of root for the Raiders a little bit.
That's
Wait,
right.
Just try it. Hold on.
Cappy is a Raider fan now.
Do you have the?
I'm not
going to
do the Raiders.
No, just try it. It feels so good. Just feel it. Just feel the goosebumps.
No.
Just feel it, and then we go. Raiders. Try it. Just try it on. Try it on.
All together now.
I said I'd
Everybody.
be a little
Ready,
bit of
Momo?
a fan.
Ready, Momo? 1, 2, 3.
Raiders. See, do you feel the goosebumps?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Come on.
Luke,
Let's go.
Brian, get in there with us.
Yeah, no.
I will never do that.
Never do that.
Don't you feel it? Do you feel the song?
But it's weird because I'm also like I like Harbaugh, so I'm not hating on the
Me
Chargers
too.
anymore.
I know. Me too.
You don't hate anybody now.
Oh, who do you hate?
You got to
Come on,
hate
you need
somebody.
to hate one, somebody.
The Niners. You hate the Niners.
Niners. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, you
Careful.
got really close there. That was well done.
I dumped it.
Did you actually dump it?
Oh, yeah, because I thought it was close. I thought it was close enough to dump. But, yeah, I know. Despise the Niners.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, despise them. Let's go to Eddie. Eddie, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, Eddie?
Hey, guys. I got a take on the NBA three-point problem.
Let's go for it.
Please.
What if they limit it to number of attempts a game? For instance, like a team's allowed 20 3-point attempts a game. If you miss, you lose an attempt. Obviously, if you make it, you don't gain it, but you only get, like, say, 20 attempts a game for a three-point shot.
I think that's interesting. In other words, you cap the number. I've heard this. I've heard cap the number of makes. So you're allowed to make up to, 10 threes, 15, whatever number
so is there
you
one
want.
stat guy that's sitting there going, that's number 1 that they've taken. That's number 2
Well,
that they've
sure.
taken.
The same guy that counts the number of fouls and the number of points
Yeah,
and
they're
number of
giving another
rebounds and
job.
number of
I mean,
assists.
the best thing I've heard at all so far is Ireland's idea, just change the three-point line.
Yeah.
And just take it right to the sidelines.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. Keep it in an arc at the top. Don't have the corner three. That's the best thing I've heard.
So we've got Adam Silver has suggested something radical that will play you what he said coming up
They're
here.
doing all kinds of things.
Oh, yeah.
Secaucus.
And need to be. Let's go to Steve. Steve, you're on Sports Graffiti. What's happening, Steve?
Hey, man. How you guys doing? Long-time listener, long-time Laker fan.
Thank you.
Years.
Yep.
I just want to point out that I feel, and I know this is not going to be probably a popular take with some, but
I feel at this point the Lakers have a boat anchor, and that is, to me, LeBron. LeBron is at the end of his career, whether we like it or not. And I think us continuing to trade away players just to satisfy a need to fill around him is not the way to go. I think we should be looking at the youth that we have and building on them like the other teams are doing. That's why we can't compete with these younger teams. I also feel like that contributes to the non-viewership in the NBA right now, because it is an aging NBA that we're still trying to hold on to. The Steph Currys, Kevin Durant, LeBrons,
right.
All those guys are at the end of their career. We need to start making room. A lot of the younger players are in smaller markets, so it's harder to see a lot of their games. But if you put LaMelo and those type of players in some of these big markets, the excitement would come back to the NBA. That's just all I have to say.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have that sense of LeBron, that this is where we are right now. Eventually, there will be a new chapter, but this chapter is continuing probably not just now, but through next year. You think LeBron next year is the last year?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But you know what? Nothing he does at this point surprises me anymore. Well, there was one thing he did last week, but that's off topic. But it was he's an interesting guy that I've never seen a player this good at his age. He's still him and Steph Curry were the two best players in the Olympics. That's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing they're still that good, and I still think you're a better team with LeBron James on it.
Of course, you're 7 games over 500. I mean, this is by no means a terrible team.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible team.
It's just
but
a bad loss last night.
This was a very smart Steve. We finally got a smart Steve. I just want to put that at you. But either way, he's right, because now you can't trade away your future at this point with a guy that's going to fall apart by next year. He's done after next year. Whatever's going to be, and now with AD hurt, it's actually almost could possibly be a blessing in disguise where you can build for the future and start your rebuild now.
Why is that a blessing in disguise?
Because you can actually compete soon.
So
you're not competing this year.
Wait a minute. So you're saying take Anthony Davis out. You've got LeBron this year and next year. You think it's better that Anthony Davis is gone for a long time? What the hell is that about?
I don't understand that.
Yeah, it could be a blessing in disguise, because right now, if Anthony Davis was playing, you're probably trading away the draft picks. You're probably trading away Austin Reeves or Dalton
Doesn't sound like they're doing any of that stuff. It sounds like they're. I mean,
I don't get that vibe.
We jumped all over it yesterday as soon as we heard De'Aaron Fox get rid of Austin, get rid of Rui, get rid of this.
De'Aaron Fox is an elite player.
I agree.
An elite player.
I would have done it too.
And if you had a chance to make. So yesterday's show was interesting, Momo.
Okay.
De'Aaron Fox on the market. This was our number one.
Okay.
Oh, God, how do we get him to the Lakers? Okay, so if we include Rui and Austin Reeves and 2 first-round picks, we'll put together a deal. Next hour is like, he has a preferred destination. I'm like, yeah, the preferred destination is obviously the Lakers. He's coming to the Lakers. Then hour number 3 was, Lakers are not considered to be a destination, and San Antonio is. And I'm like, what the hell? We just went through the stages of emotion there from hour number 1 to hour number 3. We started out with De'Aaron Fox, and we ended up without him.
I think he's a great young player whom the Lakers also could have drafted when they had the 2 picks.
Oh, no, that's no question.
You remember when they drafted Lonzo and they could have had like Tatum. And it was Josh Johnson got taken 4th, and then it was De'Aaron at 5 from the Kings. Oh,
no, it's a blown draft pick. Sure.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a tough draft pick.
Yeah.
But again, like we always say with Tatum, he probably would have been traded for AD anyway.
It's true.
I think De'Aaron's a great player, and the Spurs are definitely. I would say that's the top of his list. But but I think he's open to going to other places. And look, the Spurs have Wemby. Who doesn't want to play with Wemby?
Oh yeah.
I mean that guy is amazing, and I think he's going to attract a lot of talent to San Antonio over the next couple of years. But the Lakers are not in the best position to trade for him. There's teams that have multiple firsts that can go trade for him, that have really good young players that can grow and blossom alongside of somebody in Sacramento and like almost replace him as a star.
Right.
I don't think they're well positioned. So,
well, it's not his preferred destination.
No.
I mean, that's bottom line. You don't want to come here.
I know him, and I know how he's white. He's a really loyal guy. And I don't think he even really wants to leave Sacramento. I think he just wants to win. And he's gotten to the point there where you look around and do we have enough? And we're also in the Western Conference. So I think, yes, Wemby is an intriguing player for him. But if I'm a young star in this league, I look to the Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
It's easier to win.
Okay. Coming up next for you, January 28th is a very bad day for the Lakers.
Huh.
Plus, we'll talk about where Jimmy Butler might wind up. I want your take on that too, Momo.
I have some takes.
Good. Momo is in for John. We'll do that coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
What else did I say? I said Sean Payton will be exactly what Mike McCarthy is. A guy who won a Super Bowl 15 years ago, and everybody hires him because they think they've got some kind of special sauce. Pete Carroll got special sauce. And here's a declaration, not a statement,
a declaration,
not a comment, not a hot take, none of those things.
Una declaración?
See, this is a declaration.
Yeah.
You're looking at a brandly new minted Raider fan, people.
Oh, here we go.
I'm all in. Because let me tell you something. When Pete Carroll was at USC and Jim Harbaugh was at Stanford, there was a great rivalry between those two guys. You put Jim Harbaugh on my most hated team, the Chargers, and then you give me my favorite coach, Pete Carroll, to the Raiders in the same division, you're looking at a Raider fan, people. Okay. Raiders!
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN. Hey guys, it's Mina Kimes, host of The Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny, here to tell you about a live podcast taping I am doing in Los Angeles Monday, February 3rd, right before the Super Bowl. I am joined by Greg Rosenthal, Jordan Rodriguez, Chris Ryan, Andy Greenwald, and the Rams' own Kobe Turner. 100% of your ticket proceeds go to wildfire relief here in Los Angeles. Check it out, minapodlive.com.
The LA Kings road trip continues on to Florida, where they'll meet the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. The Kings hosted the Panthers last Wednesday in LA and came from behind in the third period to earn a thrilling victory.
Comes Samuel Hellenius, the big finish forward. Lewis drops it back. Spence shoots. It's blocked in front. Loose puck. Poke toward the goal. Score! Samuel Hellenius, his first NHL goal! He pokes in the loose puck, and with 13:19 left to play, Big Sammy makes it 1-1. Spins across, nice shot. One-timer. Score! A right circle one-timer from Kevin Fiala. Found its way through night. And with 6:48 left, it's 2-1 LA. And it's Kempe who will lead the team back to the bench. He might have redirected it in. 5 seconds left. Kachuk tries to center. Deflected away. Spun toward the middle. That's going to do it. Kings win!
It's the Kings and the Panthers, tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
In control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
Momo, you know who this is?
I'm cheating. I do know because I heard you ask for it.
Oh,
so.
yes. This is Billie Eilish.
Look how honest
Birds
I was.
of a Feather. It's like her happiest song.
Yeah,
normally she has really
I normally
sad
this
songs.
is not who I would have thought it was because She's all dark and gloomy.
You know why I'm playing it?
Why?
One of the nominees for Song of the Year at the Grammys on Sunday night, which is happening right across the street. Everything's been shut down for a couple of weeks. And, of course, the Lakers have been on the road all this time. And, the Grammys are fun, though. I always enjoy the Grammys.
That's why we call it a Grammy trip.
It is the Grammy trip.
trip.
Yes. So Greg Bergman has this brand new thing where he has become our statistical sleuth. So here is his sleuthing for today.
Take that for data.
What do you got?
Oh, that's a good one. I was going to go with this one. The more you know.
The more you know. Okay, I like that
God,
too.
I thought that was like a meditation. Or something.
No.
I think
The
I like
more
it.
you know.
How about some Inspector Gadget?
So
that's good.
I did find out, and it wasn't me. It was definitely StatMuse and somebody on Twitter that I have no idea who they are.
Okay.
But the Los Angeles Lakers have not won on January 28th since 2004.
Well, wait a minute.
It's 2025.
Yes. So in 21 years.
21 years.
It's not. They didn't play every year. It's only been 11 years.
Like
they've
how?
Played.
Oh, so they've missed 11 straight years?
So
Wow.
this was 2025. They played in 2023, 22, 21, 18, 16, 14, 12, 11, 7, 5. And in 2004 was the last time that they won on January 28th. And you know who was against, Momo?
Who?
The Seattle Supersonics.
Wow.
Whoa, that's how long
How
ago
cool
it
is
was.
that?
That's how long ago
96-82 against the Seattle Supersonics.
Isn't it impressive? Bergman has become our statistical sleuth.
Take that for data.
I mean,
We get stuff
more you
every day
know.
from him. Yeah, the more you know.
no, Inspector Gadget. That's the one.
Yeah, we'll find a good theme song for it. But every day now you have to sleuth out some other
we'll
statistics
see if
follow
to
Stat
impress
Muse.
us. Yeah, just follow StatMuse and spit it out.
Or somebody puts it on Twitter and I take it.
So, Momo, what is the latest on the disgruntled Jimmy Butler and the market for him right now in the NBA?
It's a very interesting market because I think the Heat have a decision to make about how much you just want to get over and done with.
Right.
Like, how much you just want to get rid of him. I don't think they were ever going to get a lot back for him. There was never going to be a return that is commensurate with his talent.
Right.
But they don't want to take on negative assets. They don't want to take on players that make money for the next couple of years,
Right.
and tie up their cap and stuff like that. So it's hard to find. Because
So what,
you
they're
have
looking for expiring contracts?
Yeah, expirings or maybe a draft pick or two or a young player or something like that. But
Who's got the good stuff?
I think that Phoenix was the logical team because that's where he wanted to go. But Bradley Beal has made it very clear he is not waiving that no trade clause. I talked to his agent yesterday, Mark Bartelstein, and he's one of those agents that puts his name on everything. You can quote me on this. Like, he just says,
"Oh, really?
Please do quote me." Like,
Okay.
Brad and I are not talking about anybody.
So
right
he is
now.
not
He's
waiving his no
it.
trade.
No.
Got it.
And so, look, and then, he always adds a caveat. Well, and right now, nothing has come across our desk, right? Like, could that ever change? Okay, yada, yada. Okay.
Right.
So I think the Suns are not going to be able to get him. I think that's they're just all twisted into a pretzel.
Not if Butler does, or not if Beal doesn't waive his no
it's
trade.
the
There's
only
no
way
room.
they can do it. And you have to find a team that would take him and the no trade clause, which follows him. So I think there's some other teams out there. I think the Memphis Grizzlies can put together a really good package. He is an interesting player for them because they're second or third in the West on any given night, depending on how the standings are.
Right.
And they've got some great young players. They could use a guy like Jimmy Butler on the perimeter as a defender and as a veteran. I think the Warriors are an interesting team. They're increasingly desperate as their season is slipping away. And Steph Curry is kind of dealing with a lot of nagging injuries. Draymond's been out.
Yep.
And if the price is not that high, it feels like a team like the Warriors or the Grizzlies or maybe the Mavericks could roll the dice on a trade, then come up with something that works for Miami.
So the Warriors just want to roll the dice and see what happens.
I mean, their season is slipping.
But would they give up on guys like Kuminga and Podziemski?
No, I don't think you have to. I don't think you have to include a Podziemski or a Kuminga. I think this is like a Wiggins and maybe some other bench players that they have. They have a lot of other guys that are like 1 year, 2 years, Gary Payton or something.
Why does Miami want Andrew Wiggins?
He's a decent player, but there's other. They don't have to necessarily take him. Maybe there's a third team.
Third team, okay. So if you were to take a wild guess, he winds up in.
If he's traded, I think Golden State. If he's not traded, which I still think is the most likely outcome, that he.
Well, what'll happen if he doesn't get traded?
Just
go pound sands. Just sit at home
and then they dare him not to pick up his $52 million player option. He has said, "I'm not picking that up. I'm not doing it." He's threatened that, and I think the Heat would be all too happy if he just comes off the books.
Yeah, interesting.
So to me, like, that's the most logical. Now, I don't think he'd be crazy enough to turn down $52 million. I think
it's a whole bunch of dough.
It's a lot of money, and I don't think there's anywhere else he gets that next year.
But you opt into what?
You
opt into a situation that doesn't make you happy?
Right, and hope they can trade you next year.
That sounds like a mess. And he's the trade value has gone way down
Steve,
on Jimmy Butler
I'm
going to
turn the table on you.
Okay, turn it.
Why not the Lakers?
Oh, that's interesting.
I mean, they're never mentioned as a possible Jimmy Butler team. I don't know that I even believe that should be an option, but why not?
Well, okay, let's entertain.
Why not? I mean, they could use a great perimeter defender. That's all JJ Redick talks about.
Yeah,
they got Dorian Finney-Smith, but he's been hurt since they've gotten him.
Right. Okay, let's entertain that concept. We'll do it next. Okay. In the meantime, join Beto this Saturday at Cosm, Los Angeles for the Michelob Ultra official Lakers watch party. Beto broadcasting pre and half and post photos with the championship trophy. Watch Lakers Knicks. Feel like you're at MSG with Cosm's immersive technology. You can purchase tickets at Cosm.com. That's COSM.com. Or download the Cosm app. You can also RSVP for your chance to win at ESPNLA.com. Jimmy Butler, Lakers. We'll talk about it next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Are you ready for a party? Oh, party! This Saturday at Cosm, Los Angeles. It's the Michelob Ultra official Lakers watch party. Join Beto Durant broadcasting live for Lakers pre, half, and post. A Lakers photo op with the championship trophy and experience watching Lakers Knicks tip off at 5:30 p.m. and feel like you're at MSG. That's Saturday at Cosm LA. Go to ESPNLA.com. Click on the Michelob Ultra graphic and register to reserve your spot with ESPN LA.
Hey guys, it's Mina Kimes, host of the Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny, here to tell you about a live podcast taping I am doing in Los Angeles Monday, February 3rd, right before the Super Bowl. I am joined by Greg Rosenthal, Jordan Rodriguez, Chris Ryan, Andy Greenwald, and the Rams' own Kobe Turner. 100% of your ticket proceeds go to wildfire relief here in Los Angeles. Check it out, minapodlive.com.
The LA Kings road trip continues on to Florida, where they'll meet the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. The Kings hosted the Panthers last Wednesday in LA and came from behind in the third period to earn a thrilling victory.
Comes Samuel Helenius, the big finish forward. Lewis drops it back. Spence shoots. It's blocked in front. Loose puck. Poke toward the goal. Score! Samuel Helenius, his first NHL goal! He pokes in the loose puck, and with 13:19 left to play, Big Sammy makes it 1-1. Spins across that shot. One-timer. Score! A right circle one-timer from Kevin Fiala found its way through night, and with 6:48 left, it's 2-1 LA, and it's Kempe who will lead the team back to the bench. He might have redirected it in. 5 seconds left. Kachuk tries to center, deflected away, spun toward the middle. That's going to do it. Kings win.
It's the Kings and the Panthers tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Now. That's us.technics.com/sports.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold.
Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
Listen to Mason and Ireland more at 1 p.m.
Juan will look at me at some point tonight and say, "Are you even enjoying this?"
More of Mason and Ireland right now.
Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4.
You know who this is, right, Momo?
Of course, Shabuzi.
Shabuzi. Another nominee for
Good
Song
Lord.
of the Year at the Grammys on Sunday night. I'm going to start ducking those in today. For me, this is the Song of the Year.
Yeah, I think so.
I absolutely love this song.
I have it on repeat all the time.
Yeah, it's a good workout song. I got this in my workout mixes. It's good. It's good. Shabuzi, it's a weird sort of
like
combination of country and
yeah.
R&B and rap. If you
Yeah.
listen to some of his other stuff,
Yeah.
he's got rap with country. It's
Yeah, I like
actually
it.
really cool.
I like
He
it.
performed with Beyonce on Christmas Day in that big halftime
thing,
show that was spectacular.
Yeah.
It was great.
Why does he call himself Shabuzi?
That's a good question. Why does he call himself Shabuzi?
I mean, could you just walk around like that?
Somebody will know the answer to that. In the meantime, so you suggested the
See if
idea
anyone text us. No one's written yet.
of Jimmy Butler and the Lakers. Now he's got a $48.8 million salary. And the Lakers, if you were to go down this road, would have to loop in another team with cap space in
Right.
order to be able to do it, which you can
There
do.
are teams like that. Toronto's very happy to participate. Utah,
Detroit.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Well, Detroit's winning now. We'll see what Detroit
Right,
does.
right.
Brooklyn.
This is one trade I saw. This is Kevin O'Connor. He says Lakers received Jimmy Butler. Heat received Rui, Max Christie, and Gabe Vincent. Pistons get Jared Vanderbilt, Christian Wood, and 2 first-round draft picks
Ooh.
for Jimmy Butler. Now, here's the thing. There's no way I'm giving up first-round draft picks for Jimmy
No.
Butler. Absolutely not.
No way.
And I don't think there's any way to do that deal without first-round draft picks, right?
Would you move Christie, though? Like, I don't know for Jimmy
Why
Butler.
is Detroit involved in that?
I don't know. He just looped in Detroit as a third team so that there's space.
Maybe they're sending. Who are they sending out?
They are sending out. They're sending out nobody. They're getting assets.
They do have space.
Yeah, they have space. That's the reason they're involved. In any event,
It's not 2 first-round draft picks.
Let's
for that
jump
space.
forward. What would it even look like?
Right
now, we know AD has a strained abdominal, had an MRI. There's no grade on it yet, but they're going to reevaluate in a week. So we don't know what that means.
Here's how. I didn't come up with this out of nowhere, right? This was let's just say an assistant coach on an Eastern Conference team. Okay.
Well, when you say that, in other words, is it an assistant coach on an
let's
Eastern Conference?
yeah,
Okay.
something like that.
Got it.
Can we know the
Something
team?
like- No.
What team?
No.
Initials. Give me
No.
the initials.
Just
okay.
somebody in the league.
Okay, got it. Somebody in the
And
league
they
now.
said to me, like, what am I missing? LeBron's 40. They're trying to win. They're all in with AD and LeBron. Like, they have some assets to go get that done. Are they worried about their locker room culture? Is it a LeBron thing? But like Jimmy would help them.
What's the relationship between Jimmy Butler and LeBron?
Good.
Yeah?
I mean, they played together in All-Star games, and I've never heard anyone say it's not good. Look, he's a big presence to bring into a locker room. It's certainly hard to ask him to be a third wheel because he would be with LeBron and AD.
Yes.
Wouldn't have the ball in his hands, etc. But he wants to win. He's a hard-nosed competitor. That is his reputation. LeBron loves guys like this.
Yes.
Now, he's not going to stand in the corner and shoot threes, so he doesn't fit exactly what they're doing, but he's a bona fide star.
Okay, so let's entertain the premise. So we got LeBron, AD, and Jimmy Butler. What does that add up to? If you say it's
no, I don't know.
I don't think anybody.
It's kind of
knows.
crazy.
It is crazy.
It's crazy, but he's 35. He wants another long-term deal. But long-term for him is like 2 years.
Right.
He
He's
wants
got
an extension,
He's
but
got a
that's-
player option for next year.
Right. So all this does is just double down on the all-in quality of the
But
Lakers.
see, I don't think you can give up any good stuff for Jimmy Butler.
Right. I don't think you do either. But maybe now you don't have to. Maybe they
Bergman?
just want to get rid of him.
Adding Jimmy Butler to what they've got now.
I just think that
Chaos!
It would be so cool.
It would, but then that means that they're going to be on the hook for that $52 million next year too, which you already have LeBron making about 50, him making 52, and Anthony Davis.
Yeah, I mean, you're basically the Suns now.
But take the money out. Take the money out of it.
I think the three of them, if you still have Austin Reeves and you still have like DFS and Vando, you can make up for the defense. Like he's a good defender too.
Yeah.
Great defender.
It could,
Great defender, yeah.
It could work on the surface.
Yeah.
all the behind scenes.
But it would
stuff.
be so exciting.
Well, yeah, is that what you want?
Oh,
you want to be the Raiders?
I want drama. I'm in the
You want-
sports talk radio.
you want
business. I
drama,
want
not
drama.
winning.
For
Yeah,
Jimmy
I
now.
want. Chaos is good. Chaos is fun.
It's kind of a short-term proposition if you think about it.
Sure.
He's 35, so he can really just do a 2-year extension.
Right.
Right. Whenever whoever trades for him, and off the 52. So you're not locking yourselves. Like if you trade for a Trey Young, if you trade for De'Aaron Fox,
Right.
you trade for some of the younger stars that may or may not be available that often get mentioned in
Right.
these conversations. You're locking yourself for 5 more years,
Sure.
6 more years, whatever. Like that's a long time that you're paying somebody to be on your team at that level.
Right.
50,
And by the way, if
60
it
million a
doesn't
year.
work, don't offer the contract.
Right.
Although he's got
It's a player
he's got a
option.
player
Yeah,
option.
it's 1.5 years.
So you could have the oldest team in the league, essentially. Why don't we bring in Chris Paul, too? He gets bought out. Bring in Chris Paul, and we got the whole thing.
mean-
Super friends. Let's roll.
Get everybody over 35.
So wait a minute. LeBron, AD, Jimmy Butler, and CP3.
CP only makes $10 million this year.
Well, and if De'Aaron Fox were traded to
I mean,
San
it's crazy,
Antonio,
but,
he
like,
could
it's just the
come
concept
free.
of I don't think he would be okay being the third wheel in this alignment. Like in Phoenix, it's one thing because it's Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. Those are two very different personalities than
right.
LeBron and AD.
Sure.
It'd be like Jimmy World meeting Planet James. Like it's different.
Oh, it's interesting to think about. We'll circle back to that.
I don't hate it.
Put a pin in that. Put a pin in that, because smart people like to say, put a pin in that. So, Momo, you made a statement that I find shocking and absolutely incorrect.
Okay.
You said that spaghetti squash is a good replacement for spaghetti. Now, I've tried this spaghetti squash thing.
Do you
where
make it yourself?
You boil it up, you
No.
cut it in half, you scrape it out, you do all that.
You don't have to boil it,
Then
just
you
bake
put
it.
then you put tomato sauce on it, and
Yeah.
you pretend it's spaghetti.
Yeah, you pretend.
It's not anywhere close to spaghetti.
It's like angel
You're
hair.
fool. No, it's not. It's
like angel
squash.
hair.
It's squash.
It's squash. It is squash.
And I'm not falling for the it's spaghetti trick. Do you eat that?
Yeah, all the time.
You eat spaghetti squash and you pretend it's
I've
spaghetti?
had it like 3 days in a row.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm on my like no carby thing. Except we just blew that here. But
Yeah, you just ate a bunch of carbs.
I know.
Waba Grill lunch hour.
I'm gonna have to go for a lunch. I'm gonna have to go for a
Yeah,
walk.
it is
was
delicious.
Worth it. It was
Waba
worth
Grill
it.
is completely
But like
worth
the
it.
spaghetti squash, if you make it yourself, you bake it in the oven, 40 minutes on 400, then use the fork and you do it, and then it's a little olive oil and salt. Look, it's not fun and glutinous like real pasta.
No, and what's more, it's not delicious.
It is delicious.
No.
I could eat it straight.
Bergman,
I mean, it's not bad.
No, I think it's terrible.
No,
I think it's
it's
ridiculous.
not terrible. It
It's not,
tastes
just
fine.
because you put sauce on it doesn't make me think, oh yeah, it's spaghetti.
No, you're right.
It's
You're,
like
you're
angel
both
hair.
right. It's fine. It's definitely not pasta.
Brian?
It's not even close to pasta.
It's good. I enjoy it, but when you compare it to spaghetti, night and day difference.
Yeah.
It's just
But
like a
if
slap
when
in the
you
face.
compare it to like a salad,
No, I mean seriously.
Well, no, we're taking
cold
pasta.
salad
and
right now.
Yeah, no, squash, spaghetti, squash, spaghetti.
Okay,
I know which
spaghetti
way
is
I'm going to go
clearly
every
better.
time. Yes,
But, like,
thank you.
if my alternative is I'm gonna have some cold vegetables with balsamic on it, I'm gonna have the warm, yummy squash.
yeah, the squash.
That's still good. The cold, but the veggies with
Yeah,
balsamic on
it's
it is
good.
really
I
tasty.
know, but it's not satisfying when you're on a diet. Like at least when you have spaghetti squash, you're like, this kind of tastes like pasta.
But still, you have to eat so much of the spaghetti sauce to even get even close to full, like you would with
you put some
spaghetti.
ground turkey in it.
No,
Like every
oh,
night.
ground turkey. Yeah.
That concludes our conversation about spaghetti squash. All right, coming up next for you, what's up for? In the meantime, let's tackle the age-old question, Momo. What do I get her for Valentine's
Okay.
Day? Don't stress. I've got the answer for Nevin. Send foolproof flowers from the Books Company, and wow, your Valentine. You will get 25% off your entire purchase. Books makes it really simple. You can choose the Quickie Bouquet. With the click of a button, get their best-selling bouquet right in time for Valentine's Day. It's the Quickie she'll brag about for weeks.
Hey.
Or pick from their collection of unique modern designs. Go to their flower subscription, the #1 husband life hack. Flowers come every single month. You cannot go wrong. Books, not just any flowers. Their flowers are cut fresh from where they grow best, so you get bigger, brighter blooms that last longer, some even grown on the side of a volcano. She'll be blown away by how stunning they are. Valentine's Day, February 14th, right after the big game. Don't fumble the flowers. Get your order in now. Go to Bouqs.com. Use my promo code ESPN for 25% off. That is BOUQS.com. Promo code ESPN. Bouqs, promo code ESPN. What's Up, Fool? Next, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
How am I supposed to live without you,
Oh,
Cappy?
keep going, man. Keep going. God, I feel like I just saw a movie that Michael Bolton was in. Like he was like playing clarinet or something at somebody's wedding. Anybody know that movie? What movie am I talking about? Anybody know? Anybody?
No.
Come on. It was one of those movies that like I turned on. I needed to turn on a rom-com. And I was like not into it, but there was Kenny G playing at somebody's wedding. Who knows what I'm talking about? Somebody
Wait a
hit me
minute.
up.
Singer?
Wait, did you just
No.
mix up Michael Bolton and Kenny G? Because I do that all the time.
I could have.
Because you said Kenny G
Yeah.
playing and then you said Michael Bolton playing the
Yep.
clarinet.
I may have done that.
Cappy, I used to do it all the time when I was younger. I thought they were the same person.
I may have done that. No, they're different guys.
Yeah, because I've never heard Kenny G sing. I don't think I've ever heard
Yeah,
Kenny
Kenny
G
G's
talk.
the
All right, everybody. Hey, I retract it.
guy.
I retract the question. I retract the question and the rom-com.
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Mina Kimes, host of the Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny, here to tell you about a live podcast taping I am doing in Los Angeles Monday, February 3rd, right before the Super Bowl. I am joined by Greg Rosenthal, Jordan Rodriguez, Chris Ryan, Andy Greenwald, and the Rams' own Kobe Turner. 100% of your ticket proceeds go to wildfire relief here in Los Angeles. Check it out, minapodlive.com.
The LA Kings road trip continues on to Florida, where they'll meet the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. The Kings hosted the Panthers last Wednesday in LA and came from behind in the third period to earn a thrilling victory.
Comes Samuel Helenius, the big finish forward. Lewis drops it back. Spence shoots. It's blocked in front. Loose puck. Poke toward the goal. Score! Samuel Helenius, his first NHL goal! He pokes in the loose puck, and with 13:19 left to play, Big Sammy makes it 1-1. Spins across ice shot. One-timer. Score! A right circle one-timer from Kevin Fiala found its way through night, and with 6:48 left, it's 2-1 LA, and it's Kempe who will lead the team back to the bench. He might have redirected it in. 5 seconds left. Kachuk tries to center, deflected away, spun toward the middle. That's gonna do it. Kings win.
It's the Kings and the Panthers, tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
We partner with families to conquer challenges and achieve extraordinary outcomes. Choose the best care for your child at chla.org.
Billy Currington and Kip Moore live in concert. Friday, July 18th, Greek Theater. Billy Currington, Kip Moore, and Marlon Funaki. Tickets on sale Friday, 10 a.m. at LiveNation.com and Ticketmaster.com. Don't miss Billy and Kip live.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started on the right foot.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Good mornings make for better days.
I pull my blue jeans on. I pull my old blue jeans on.
Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time on a fancy water bottle with ultra titanium alloy metal. You're not sure why you need all that. I mean, it just holds water. But you're getting it anyway. Because if you're hiking near an active volcano and you accidentally drop the bottle into molten lava, your water will still be icy cold. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for water bottles. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
What's up, fool?
And we've been very excited that What's Up Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so I started doing something last week for the first time, and I'm really starting to enjoy it that I'm going again tonight. I started boxing. I went to a boxing class.
I love it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I went to a boxing class last week, and so I'm doing it again tonight. It's really a lot of fun. I liked it so much better than F45 and those other different hit workouts that I was doing. Have you ever done boxing classes? Would you consider doing them?
Here's the thing. There's a guy that goes to the gym who does the boxing classes, and he does a lot of the footwork stuff.
Yeah.
You know, like the footwork. I would try it. I would totally try it. I mean, I'm kind of a kick-ass guy, so
yeah.
Say that
so
again.
I could Muay Thai this place seriously.
Let me see how kick-ass you are. Let's see something impressive.
You want me to
Put
shadow
up your
box?
dukes, and put up your
shadow
dukes.
box? Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Yeah. Just like Logan Paul.
Yeah, exactly.
That look on
Momo?
your face is great. I love boxing. I think it's a great workout. I actually have.
Do you do it?
Yes, I have. I have one. I have a bag at like a punching bag at home.
Do you really?
I
Wow.
have gloves. I used to take boxing lessons. I had a guy I used to work at Freddie Roach's gym at Wildcard Gym.
Oh wow.
In Hollywood. And there was a guy there who would just do mitts with me. I don't really want to get hit or hit anyone.
No, I do
but
not want to get hit.
Yeah, I don't want to get hit or hit anyone, but I do like hitting mitts and bags. And it's a great cardio workout. And you're just like drenched. Like I have a
drenched in
timer,
sweat.
and it's like you set it for like 2 minutes. You're like, oh man.
Yeah,
How do people do 3 minutes?
Just in my
Jeez.
limited experience,
Yeah.
I don't know how guys go 10 rounds or 12 rounds or whatever that is. That
Yeah,
is
it's a lot.
absolutely exhausting.
That's why they're always exhausted after the first round. You see them come, they're drenched, and they're like
Yeah.
just breathing heavy. And Mike Tyson had one round in him.
So is this? So are you going to continue to take boxing?
Yeah,
Great workout.
I think you absolutely sweat so much. I think I'm going to
Yeah.
continue to do it. I
Now,
like it better than the
Where'd you go?
After a month, will you like be able to defend yourself if somebody
I can
approaches
defend
you? on the-
myself now.
You can defend
Yeah,
yourself now,
absolutely.
really?
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What I think it
I
takes
sound so
more than
surprised.
this.
I mean, I can get up and shadow box.
Yeah, that's not necessary.
Why don't you two shadow box?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
I might hurt him.
Right now, I
Why
think
not?
you would. I think Momo would kick
That's
your
an
ass.
HR violation.
All right, guys. So this Saturday is going to be the Dodger Fan Fest, Dodger Fest
Oh,
at
yeah.
Dodger Stadium.
Yeah.
And they're doing a bunch of cool different things. So the selfie stations with players meet and greets, Dodger Stadium tours, press box tours, all the good stuff. Got a couple questions to you. So the player meet and greets are separated into different categories.
Okay.
So you had to pick a ticket to go which players you wanted to attend.
Got it.
So which of these would you, if you were going Saturday, which ones would you most likely to attend? So you
Okay.
could either meet and greet with Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell,
Okay.
Teoscar Hernandez or Tommy Edman.
Oh, definitely.
And these are as pairs. And then Yoshi Yamamoto and Austin Barnes. Or there's another caveat, you can have lunch with Freddie Freeman and Miguel Rojas.
Whoa.
Oh,
What
I mean,
would you be choosing?
I'm definitely having Teo and Tommy.
Teo and Tommy, okay.
I'm definitely getting some food out of it. I'm going to go with the lunch. The lunch, the sit down with
much
who's
do you
it,
have to pay for
Freddie
that,
and
though?
Freddie and Miguel Rojas.
and Miggy Ross. Yeah, I mean, to me, that's the deal.
What would you
Otherwise,
talk
you're
about?
just passing through and getting a
Talk about
picture
the
and
World
moving
Series.
on. Yeah, talk about the World
I
Series.
feel like those are chatty guys. Miggy's probably chatty.
I think he is. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he is. Yeah, now that'd be really cool. I don't think we have access to Dodger Fan Fest, do we, Bergman?
No, we can get credentials to it, but they are not fans of ours.
Yeah, which I don't understand.
I don't know. You know.
Well, they're not. They're on the other station,
right.
But I
yeah.
mean,
so they own the other station.
yeah, they do own the other station.
Yeah,
That is true. So yeah, they pretty much stick with their. But we do okay with them.
We get like a
We should.
credential.
Why
maybe
don't we
two.
ask for somebody before the Fan Fest?
We can.
Why don't we say, hey, Dodgers?
They save them for the Fan Fest.
But I mean, like to promote the Fan Fest.
Yeah, I know Anthony's going.
Oh, is Anthony
Anthony's
going?
gonna
Our
be going to
social
Fan
media
Fest.
team's
Yep.
going? Okay,
Is
good.
Parker going too, or is it just you? Just you? Just Anthony?
Just Anthony. All right, so we'll get you complete coverage on Monday.
I feel like I've gotten to know Parker from our Go group, from our LFG group.
Oh,
He's always
LFG
doing
group?
he's always doing his nighttime runs.
Yeah, he is doing nighttime
basketball,
runs.
hooping.
Exactly.
What's up, Foo?
So if you didn't know, the Pro Bowl is this weekend. all the fun
I
activities.
have heard
Right.
that there's something going
Seems to be not too much promotion around it this year, though. I've
Who's
come
going?
to notice.
Anyone?
I couldn't even tell you that.
Yeah.
So, but
By the way,
tomorrow
they're down
night-
to apparently 30 of the original have backed out and said, no, I don't want to go.
Rather be on my own vacation.
Yeah, I'd rather have
Oh, that's terrible. That's not a good look.
Yeah.
So this is probably going to water down this next one. So
Yes.
tomorrow kicks off. They're actually going to have the whole Pro Bowl weekend. Tomorrow's going to kick off their skills competition part to it.
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
couple of old ones and a couple new ones. So the games that are going on tomorrow, Pass the Test. It's a QB challenge. Satisfying catches, where they try to do like trick catches and stuff
Okay.
like that. A
I like
relay
that.
race, dodgeball, which they've done the last couple of years.
Dodgeball.
And
I
here's
love
the new
dodgeball,
one,
yeah.
Helmet Harmony. They're going to play a game show to test players' knowledge on their teammates.
Okay.
Oh,
I
that
think-
sounds fun.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of like the Charles Barkley, like who he play for.
Yeah,
kind of
right.
thing.
I love that, yeah.
Is it a bad look if some of these Pro Bowlers miss guys on their team?
In other words, aren't
don't
able to
know-
answer.
Right, at that
So,
player
no, there's
name
a lot of guys
or
on a football team.
But here's the thing. Let's just put this in the real world. I don't know
No, me neither.
what Matt Burke, what his favorite color is, or what team he roots for.
But you at least know his name and who he is.
David Kent is British. That's the extent of my knowledge
Yeah.
of David Kent. He's British.
Matt Burke likes the Heat. He's from Miami.
He's from Miami. Okay, but the idea is,
Yeah.
we don't know I mean, you can know people's names. Doesn't
Yeah.
mean you know them. Like, could you pass a quiz about people in the building, Bergman? You're here all the time.
Some people. Yeah, I think I can pass a quiz about
What's Trish Kinsey's favorite color?
pink, obviously.
Is it pink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think she changed last week to purple. So I
What's
think it's
Tommy
purple
Lamb's
now.
middle name?
Tommy.
His middle
He's
name?
Tommy Lamb. There is no middle name.
There has to be a middle
No,
name.
no, there
He
doesn't.
does not have a
He
middle
does
name.
not have a middle name.
Okay, I
What
want
is Carlos-
Tommy Lamb.
Okay.
I bet you he does have a middle name.
I will
my
bet
father-
you 5,000 mythical dollars that he does not have a middle
Oh,
name.
I will bet you $5,000.
And also, by
is
the
a
way,
middle name.
a lot of Asian people do not have.
Is
middle
that a
names.
fact?
Yes, that is.
Oh.
Yeah, my father doesn't have a middle name either.
Really?
I thought it was the weirdest thing my whole life.
Hold on, I'm going to go ask Tommy. 5,000 mythical dollars.
Yeah, $5,000 mythical
Okay.
dollars.
I'll be
What
back
is
in a few.
Carlos' favorite food?
Yeah, Carlos Saisu. What does he
balut.
like? What is it?
Balut.
What is balut?
Balut is like an egg that you tap on when it has a little bird inside.
What
of it.
makes
It's
you
not-
believe that the balut
Because
is
I've
his
gone
favorite?
to dinner with him. I'm
And he
friends
orders
with.
the
I went to his
balut?
wedding.
I've not seen balut on a menu.
I guarantee. Where he is
Where
he
do you
here?
get balut
There's
on a
no
menu?
he's
way
at
that's
LAFC.
his,
Yeah. No, we've
His
talked about it.
favorite food is balut.
He likes balut. Yeah.
Okay. I just want to bring him in here and ask him what his favorite food is and see what he says.
Okay. I don't know. I'll go see if he's there, and I'm going to go ask Tommy if he has a middle name.
Right.
I'll
good.
be back. You guys
Okay.
talk.
All right, good.
Talk amongst yourselves.
There's no way balut is anyone's favorite food.
Yeah.
That's like a bird, and
He
you're like
loves
eating a
it.
raw bird.
Yeah.
No,
he
but
loves
his
it. He
favorite-
loves it.
baby bird.
I don't know if it's his
favorite
favorite,
food.
but he does love it.
Okay.
What's up, Foo?
Show off.
So,
dinner with Carlo.
Well,
I
I
went
mean,
to his wedding.
I was invited to his wedding.
I was
couldn't
too.
make
I
it. Yeah.
couldn't. I had just had a baby. I
I
gave
sent a
money.
nice gift. Yeah.
Yeah, I sent him money.
What's up,
I got another one here for you. So the Sports Business Journal reported today on the Super Bowl commercials, all that good stuff,
Oh,
about
yeah.
how much they are costing this year. So last year, for reference, it was $6 to $7 million for a 30-second ad. And this year, they've already broken the record. There's more than 10 commercials already that have been sold for more than $8 million.
Is it all going to be crypto?
That's a good question. But it
Well,
kind
there's
of got
definitely
me,
some crypto, sure.
Yeah, 100%. It got me thinking, especially now in the ad-free world that we live in, like, I avoid a commercial every chance I get. There's no way that I'm now looking to go to these Super Bowl commercials. Even last year was like the first time I watched actual commercials like that for a while. Has it changed for you?
It's not as big a deal as it used to be, and I think one of the reasons is they release them beforehand. So a lot of the ads that I'm going to see on the Super Bowl have been leaked in advance by companies, and so then it's not special.
I feel like it's all on social media now. Like it's all.
It is, right.
3 days in advance.
Yeah, I'm going to get the Budweiser ads on my Twitter,
Right.
and so I'm not as engaged in the game
I used to
itself.
get mad at people who talk during the commercials at the Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I want to hear the commercials, and now I'm like, that's fine. I'll just sit
I
on
still like to
social
watch
media.
them. I like to watch them
Yeah.
for the movie previews. There are always some really
that
big,
is true,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
the
that's
summer movie previews will air during the Super Bowl. But yeah, the ads are not what they used to be. If you had $8 million and you were a company, would you buy a Super Bowl ad or would you buy a whole bunch of ads on a whole bunch of other shows?
I'd buy a Super Bowl ad because then you could just build that out. You could just take that and put it everywhere.
Meaning?
Like, I'd buy a Super Bowl ad and then
For $8 million.
Yeah, but everybody aggregates you. Like, there's always going to be 10 articles written about the best and worst Super Bowl ads. And so that's free publicity.
Interesting. I would spend the money in a whole bunch of different places. Give me some on NFL games. Give me some on the NBA. Give me some on,
you know what was actually really good? Billboards.
Billboards still work.
I'm telling you.
Especially movies.
Yeah,
movies,
when we did my show, clipped, it was the billboards were everywhere.
Yeah, the billboards were cool, too. They had the ball and the fingernails and that whole
really
thing.
good.
Yeah, it was very cool. Yeah, the Super Bowl ads are not what they used to be. Maybe there will be one memorable one this year.
Yeah.
One. And by the way, why are you bagging on? What is your crypto thing?
I'm not.
It's at $103,000 a coin. It's obviously not fake.
It's just the crypto.
People have made a fortune on this.
And then now it's too big to fail.
Including me.
I know.
It's $103,000 for a Bitcoin now, Momo.
I know.
You missed the train.
I don't believe in it. I don't invest in things I don't believe in. It's not a real
I'm right
product.
there with you, Momo. I don't know.
Yeah.
The whole thing just
All
confuses
right,
me.
I'm just going to take it to the bank. All right, coming up next for you, Bill Belichick had a really crazy suggestion today. I guess he was on the Pat McAfee show and made this suggestion. On top of that, Adam Silver had a radical idea for how to shorten NBA games. We'll do all that coming up next. Mason in Ireland, Momo's in for John, 710 ESPN.
Are you ready for a party? Oh, party! This Saturday at Cosm, Los Angeles. It's the Michelob Ultra official Lakers watch party. Join Beto Durant broadcasting live for a Lakers pre-half and post, a Lakers photo op with the championship trophy, and experience watching Lakers Knicks tip off at 5:30 p.m. and feel like you're at MSG. That's Saturday at Cosm LA. Go to ESPNLA.com, click on the Michelob Ultra graphic, and register to reserve your spot with ESPN LA.
Hey guys, it's Mina Kimes, host of the Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny, here to tell you about a live podcast taping I am doing in Los Angeles Monday, February 3rd, right before the Super Bowl. I am joined by Greg Rosenthal, Jordan Rodriguez, Chris Ryan, Andy Greenwald, and the Rams' own Kobe Turner. 100% of your ticket proceeds go to wildfire relief here in Los Angeles. Check it out, minapodlive.com.
The LA Kings road trip continues on to Florida, where they'll meet the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. The Kings hosted the Panthers last Wednesday in LA and came from behind in the third period to earn a thrilling victory.
Comes Samuel Helenius, the big finish forward. Lewis drops it back. Spence shoots. It's blocked in front. Loose puck. Poke toward the goal. Score! Samuel Helenius, his first NHL goal! He pokes in the loose puck, and with 13:19 left to play, Big Sammy makes it 1-1. Spins across that shot. One-timer. Score! A right circle one-timer from Kevin Fiala found its way through night, and with 6:48 left, it's 2-1 LA, and it's Kempe who will lead the team back to the bench. He might have redirected it in. 5 seconds left. Kachuk tries to center, deflected away, spun toward the middle. That's gonna do it. Kings win.
It's the Kings and the Panthers, tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Should be Jacob. Jacob. The consultation is free. That's right. Free. I told you. Gratis. Don't wait. Call Jacob 24 hours a day at 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. Call him 844-24-JACOB or visit him online at calljacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Leaving for the gym so early?
I'm ready to go.
Since you started taking Nugenix Total T, you've been acting like when we met in our 20s.
I feel like myself again. Lower testosterone after turning 40 slowed me down. Nugenix Total T has been a game changer for me.
What is it about Nugenix Total T that's different?
It's a key ingredient called Tesnor. It boosts free and total testosterone to help you get back the drive and energy from your youth. Total T is backed by 5 clinical studies.
I've seen the huge difference it's made for you in the gym, at work, and in the bedroom.
I'm so glad I sent them a text for my complimentary bottle. Text LION to 321321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Nugenix is the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text LION to 321321. That's LION to 321321.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a good karma brands radio station.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Do you know this song, Momo? It's a big song. I know I've heard it. I didn't know whose song it was until I'm listening to it right now. Do you know?
I know this song. I don't know who sings it.
It's Chapel Roan.
Oh, yeah.
Chapel Roan. That's nominated
she's
for
a big one.
Song of the Year. She's a big deal.
Yeah.
Bergman,
you've
heard
of
it, right?
I've heard of her. I've not heard this song.
You've not heard this? Yeah, I hear this song on the radio because I
heard
flip
this.
around all the time.
Yeah. We hear things now because we work out.
What other stations do you listen to when you're flipping around?
I don't listen to FM that much anymore.
Don't?
I listen to 710 ESPN.
As
and
do I.
And I listen to, like, my trainer plays a lot of stuff. That's how I hear stuff.
Yeah, for
like
music,
Spotify.
I'll flip over to. I still like listening to Kiss FM. I still think Kiss FM, if I want to know what's going on in the world in music, it's a pretty good place to go. And then I like, is it 97.1?
98.7?
98.7,
Yeah,
there you go. 98.7.
I like that one.
I like that one.
93.9, that's
98.7 now, it seems like they're so much better than K-Rock.
Well, K-Rock fell apart.
Yeah, K-Rock fell apart when Kevin and Bean left.
Kevin Bean left, and that was it.
Yeah, and now 98.7 kicks K-Rock's ass.
I think there's a lot of people that will feel the same way about 710 when Mason and Ireland lived.
That's absolute. By the way, I want to shout out Ted Stryker, who does afternoons at 98.7. Great guy. Used to be at K-Rock, and now he's doing afternoons at 98.7 and does a really good show.
And by the way, Mason and Ireland contract countdown, 147 days,
Hey, I got an
23
ask for
hours,
you.
55 minutes, and 14 seconds.
It's coming fast, people.
Hey, Greg, I'm going to be their agent. We just been talking. So
I don't
Mason
do the negotiation,
would,
but I will.
Mason would like a parking space in this parking structure down below, and he would like his name on
I would
it.
like.
I would
I'd
like
like
to
a
say-
reserve parking spot.
I would like to say that is not what Steve Mason wants, as he does not actually want to park down there
That
because
is true.
he's allowed to park there now.
I like.
Really?
No,
Yes.
no. I don't think my card lets me into the East garage. I think I have to go to the West garage.
Everybody in programming that is an ESPN employee,
Really?
such as yourself, parks down below
Bergman,
us.
where do I park?
You park in the other garage,
You
the
like to
West
walk?
garage, in the back,
As
all the way in the
far
bottom
away
floor,
as I can.
far away as possible.
Why? You like
Steps.
the walk? Oh, you like the steps?
Steps.
Okay.
So your negotiation.
Yeah,
negated.
that's probably not what I'm looking for.
You got to tell me what you want if I'm going to help
Yeah,
you.
no. I believe me. I've got.
I mean, he gets a lot right now.
Yeah.
8 weeks of vacation.
7.
7 weeks of vacation.
But 8 is a good idea. Wow, that's a good suggestion.
Oh, look
Thank
at
you
that.
for
We're getting more time off.
Yeah.
I have an answer for you about Tommy Lamb, by the way.
Oh, Tommy Lamb's middle name is
Thomas.
He does not have a middle name.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be funny if it was Tommy Thomas?
Did you really know that?
Yeah, a lot of Asian people do not have
I had no
middle
idea.
names.
So you had an advantage.
I did have an advantage. I had no idea whether he did or not. I
What's
just
Carlos'
assumed.
favorite
Carlos
food?
Isu's favorite food.
I'm guessing. I mean, if I can ask him, but
Yeah.
I think I don't want to like lead him in any direction.
No,
me ask
I
him.
texted him. I said, "What's your favorite food?" And of course, he's got his notifications silenced. He is. I don't even know how to do that, but his notifications are always silenced.
Always.
Like he never wants to hear from anybody.
No, especially when he's not in the building.
Correct. Now, do you know how to
Really?
silence your notifications?
I think so. Well, I know how to
do
mute
not
people.
disturb.
Do you know how to do it?
I know how to
It's a little button right there. Looks
well,
like
no,
a moon.
that's everyone. That's
It's
like
a little button
that
that
means
looks
you get
like
no
a moon.
text message
Bring
from
it down.
everyone.
It says focus.
Focus.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can quiet or silent
Focus.
specific-
Individual
yeah,
people.
you
Focus.
Careful there,
Focus.
Pepe.
Yeah. You know what is amazing? Now, this nobody is amazed about this but me.
Yeah.
I'm going to do this anyway.
Okay.
So the new iPhone operating system is fantastic. It is the coolest one yet.
It's AI.
And this is what I love about it. Watch. Okay, so
let's
when
see.
you say, hey, Siri, or Siri, you have Siri.
Wait,
I have
did you
Siri.
say Siri?
Siri is my girl. So you have Siri. When you say, hey, Siri, what happens on your screen?
It starts the bubble comes up.
The bubble comes up, right? Watch this. Hey, Siri, call Ramona Shelburne. Look at that light that goes around the edges of the phone.
That was cool.
I think that is like the coolest thing.
That was cool.
Nobody else is into it but me.
I think it's cool.
That's odd. I need to see it. Show it to me. Are you showing it to Momo?
Yeah, do
I
it
can't
again.
see what you
That
did
was
there.
cool.
Well,
Okay, why?
you can't
I can see
it
that
from
far. I got great
Hey,
eyes. Not
Siri,
really.
call Greg Bergman. See how it gets...
Oh, yeah. dude.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that
kinda
is
crazy.
cool.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah, I'm getting a phone call.
No, yeah, it's me. That's me. All right,
That's
so
great.
we've
That's
talked...
the first time you've called me in years. No,
It is. No, it's true.
Probably is.
So I wanted to talk about that. We've spent so much time on how to fix the NBA. It's become
I
a
know.
regular thing.
But you know what? We fixed baseball.
Correct, and that's what Adam Silver needs to do. He's a progressive commissioner. I think he is going to. And one of the things he talked about, he was on the Dan Patrick TV show today, and
Should get Theo Epstein on it.
we've actually put in for Adam Silver, right?
I believe.
I think Laura's put in for Adam Silver. I'm
You-
sure he's. Why are you laughing? You don't think he'll come on our show?
No.
Oh, hell yes, he will.
What's your pitch?
Let's talk NBA.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's talk.
Listen, you think I talk a lot with no breaks?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you'll get one question in with Adam.
Really?
I had him as a guest
So he just
once.
talks.
He did my show once when I was on with Beetle.
Yeah.
Remember when I did that Sunday
I
morning
do.
radio
I remember that.
station?
Yeah. It was a good show.
And we had Adam call in. We had a heart out. Oh my God. We each got one question and I had to cut him off.
Yeah.
Thanks, Commissioner. Gotta go. ESPN LA. It was like, I mean, the guy talks.
So what do you think the odds are
paragraphs.
that Adam Silver says, you know what, Mason and Ireland, yeah, I'll do that.
3%.
Home of the Lakers. I will do that.
3%, and that's high.
3%? You think that's high? He doesn't want to come on the Home of the Lakers? The number one show on the Home of the Lakers?
Maybe if like Jeannie asked him.
Well, that's not going
A
to
lot of help we get there.
You want me to ask him
It's going
for
to
you?
be.
I can ask him
It's
for
going to
you.
be John saying like, "All right, make me commissioner for the day. I got
It
three
will be.
plans.
Do you know how you
three
could get
plans?
him? If you went to All-Star Weekend up in San Francisco, you could get him. He'll do a State of the
Oh,
NBA.
you mean just walk up to him with
Yeah,
a...
if you went up to him, and I'll tell you their guy that you go to, that you ask for the, if you went up to him on like Radio Row, or it won't be a Radio Row, but
Yeah.
like in that All-Star mix, he would do it.
Too much effort. Instead, here is Adam Silver on what he would try to fix the NBA. One of the radical ideas.
As we get more involved in global basketball, the NBA is the only league that plays 48 minutes. And I am a fan of 4 10-minute quarters. I'm not sure that many others are. I mean, putting aside what it means for records and things like that, I think that a 2-hour format for a game is more consistent with sort of modern television habits. I don't think people in arenas aren't asking us to shorten the game, but I think as a television program, being 2 hours, that's Olympic basketball is 2 hours. College basketball, of course, is
Yeah, but
is
if
40
you
minutes.
like it, I'd say it has kind of a little bit of a push there.
Yeah, but it's such a dramatic change to the game. I mean, I think something like that would have to be talked more about over time. I mean,
Okay,
incidentally,
so we'll stop there. What do you think of the idea? Because everybody's looking at time of game. Like
Yeah.
NFL, about 3 hours or so. Major League Baseball, about 2 hours and 15 minutes now, 2 hours and 20 minutes,
Yeah,
something
two
like
and a-
that.
You can round up to 2:30, but
2:30.
Yeah. Basketball games are about 2.5.
They're 2:30, like on the dot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 10-minute quarters, it does screw up records and all that kind of stuff.
does.
But does it make it
Would
a
help
more
with load management.
Does it make it a more attractive television product?
Maybe. I mean, yeah, the West Coast games are on way too late for most people to watch. I mean, most of the country is not on the West Coast. So
Ban 7:30 games.
Yeah,
All of them.
everything should be
I
7
cannot
o'clock.
stand 7:30. By the way, I think 6:30 is awesome.
Yeah, 6:30 is awesome.
6:30 game is awesome.
Yeah, I like those. I've gotten to the point where I want it to always be at least 7.
Right.
You know, like 7 is that's
When
doable,
those games
people.
slide to 7:30, like the Celtics
Oh.
game, the one I went to was slid till 7:30.
Yeah,
It's because they were second of a back-to-back.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be at 7, and it got pushed.
It was a slide.
Yeah, the slide.
As
Yes,
John
John
loves the slide. He is so into that slide. Always. So, yeah, I think it's an interesting. I think everything should be on the table. Everything should be on the table. 10-minute quarters. Adam Silver likes it. I don't know.
I mean,
They need
I don't
some.
think
They
that's
need
what's wrong with the
Theo
game.
Epstein needs to
Yeah.
get there and do some radical switch. I don't think there needs to be gigantic changes. I think many of them have to do with too many timeouts, official reviews. I mean, the last 2 minutes of a game takes 25 minutes. It's just that's where I think the game has got problems. It's not so much the length of the game. It's the length of all the other stuff within the game that's screwing it up.
Yeah, and there's also, I mean, I always just come back to this. There's just too many games. They'll never do anything about that. It's always going to be 82 games. But
right.
I think they would do far better if there was 72 games or 65 games or whatever. Because there's too many back-to-backs. Like the Lakers, after their reschedules, they have a stretch of 6 games and 8 nights.
Yeah, see, that's
4
too
and
much.
5.
And 4 and 5.
4 and 5 nights?
Yeah, it's going to be a
It's
Sunday,
brutal.
Monday, day off on Tuesday, and then a Wednesday, Thursday game.
Wow, that is rough.
It's tough, and it's in March, so towards the end, too.
Yeah, that is rough. By the way, just an update. If you watched the game last night, couple of things. AD strained abdominal muscle. He had an MRI this morning, and they expect to reevaluate in a week. So I don't know how to take that. It doesn't sound good when you have to wait a week to reevaluate, but
And he has been their best player this year.
yeah, he's definitely not playing for the rest of the road trip.
I mean, I thought it was interesting because he's the guy who did the interview with Shams Charania.
Yep.
Said, we need another big.
Yep.
I feel like we're 1 or 2 pieces away. He has been healthy. You have to give him that. He's been relatively
Played 41 of 44 games.
Yeah. He's kind of, JJ has empowered him. I think the quote was, he's going to be as good as he wants to be because we're giving him the keys.
Right.
And they really have largely done that. And so now when he goes down with an injury like this, they are built around Anthony Davis. Everything they do is around him, and this is a tough stretch to be without him on this road trip, and what I assume will probably be through the All-Star break.
Yeah, it's going to be some period of time without AD, and I mean without AD, with AD, I think this team can challenge anybody. Without AD, I think they've got huge problems, and I guess one of the questions is if they lose AD for some stretch of time, do you even bother making a trade at the trade deadline? In other words, if you feel like AD is going to be gone for a while and the team may be going nowhere this year, would you still move first-round draft picks or a young player in order to get incoming talent? And I think probably if AD is hurt to any degree, seriously, then I don't think the Lakers do anything at the trade deadline.
You really, I think he'll come back.
Well, no,
for the playoffs.
look, we hope so.
I don't think it should affect their trade deadline plans at all.
You don't?
No. Unless he's out for the rest of the year, which doesn't look like
No,
that.
no, I don't think so.
In a couple weeks here.
So
I don't think that changes it. I mean, yeah, you'll fall back a little bit. They'll probably lose some games. That
they'll
would've
wind
won.
up in the play-in tournament.
Maybe.
They're the 5 now, or they're the 6 now, and they will probably drift into the play-in tournament without AD.
Yeah.
Which they've been in. Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know. Are you trying to avoid Oklahoma City? I
know.
Avoid is
the only
Denver.
team that scares me is Denver.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers, a healthy AD and a healthy LeBron, I think, have a shot in any 7-game series
100%.
except against Denver. Denver's kryptonite.
So far,
We've seen it 2 years in a row, plus the regular season, kryptonite. I don't want to see that matchup at all.
Yeah, I would do whatever you can to avoid that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it should change their plans at the trade deadline. I think they're looking for a backup big. I don't think that changes what they do.
Okay, we'll talk about some of those bigs coming back next. Plus, how fit are me and Ramona? How fit are we? We're going to do that coming up. Did we hear from Carlo on his favorite food?
No, I haven't heard from him, but I do have one thing before you go.
Okay.
Do you know what it is?
Favorite color?
No. Okay, so remember when you called me?
Yeah.
Just like because we were asking about that?
Yeah.
You left me this.
Put in for Adam Silver, right?
The entire
Lars put in
voicemail?
for Adam Silver. I'm sure he's. Why are you laughing? You don't think he'll come on our show?
You talked to me for 2 minutes on my
Yeah,
voicemail.
that's probably. It's vintage me. I would save
Should
that
I
message.
save this?
Save that message
Forever?
for posterity. Yes.
I have a friend who always pocket dials me like that.
Fine.
6-minute message. Come on.
All right.
It's like him at the store. You're like,
Have you watched the show Landman?
no, but I want to. Taylor Sheridan.
Taylor Sheridan. It's got Billy
Billy
Bob
Bob,
Thornton
yeah.
and John Hamm and Demi Moore.
Looks
And
really
I
good.
saw a cameo last night that blew me away. Might be the single best performance I have seen on the show. And I got a little
Wow.
clip of it coming up. Plus the most important scalpel in sports. We'll do that next. In the meantime, tomorrow, Beverly Hills Ortho. It is a line and shine day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., kicking off 2025 with 2025 off. Invisalign or braces. Space is limited. Go to BeverlyHillsOrtho.com to reserve your spot or call 310-785-0770. A portion of the proceeds go to the victims of the Southern California wildfires. Don't miss a line and shine day tomorrow at Beverly Hills Ortho. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap.
Today at 3 p.m. after Mason and Ireland.
What else did I say? I said Sean Payton will be exactly what Mike McCarthy is. A guy who won a Super Bowl 15 years ago, and everybody hires him because they think they've got some kind of special sauce. Pete Carroll got special sauce. And here's a declaration, not a statement,
A declaration?
not a comment, not a hot take, none of those things.
declaración?
See, this is a declaration.
Yeah.
You're looking at a brandly new minted Raider fan, people.
Oh, here we go.
I'm all in. Because let me tell you something. When Pete Carroll was at USC and Jim Harbaugh was at Stanford, there was a great rivalry between those two guys. You put Jim Harbaugh on my most hated team, the Chargers, and then you give me my favorite coach, Pete Carroll, to the Raiders in the same division, you're looking at a Raider fan, people. Raiders!
The LA Afternoon Takeover. That's Sedano and Cap.
On 710 ESPN.
This is attorney Joseph S. Normand. I'm deeply saddened by the devastation caused by the
Hey guys, it's Mina Kimes, host of the Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny, here to tell you about a live podcast taping I am doing in Los Angeles Monday, February 3rd, right before the Super Bowl. I am joined by Greg Rosenthal, Jordan Rodriguez, Chris Ryan, Andy Greenwald, and the Rams' own Kobe Turner. 100% of your ticket proceeds go to wildfire relief here in Los Angeles. Check it out, minapodlive.com.
The LA Kings road trip continues on to Florida, where they'll meet the reigning Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. The Kings hosted the Panthers last Wednesday in LA and came from behind in the third period to earn a thrilling victory.
Comes Samuel Helenius, the big finish forward. Lewis drops it back. Spence shoots. It's blocked in front. Loose puck. Poke toward the goal. Score! Samuel Helenius, his first NHL goal! He pokes in the loose puck, and with 13:19 left to play, Big Sammy makes it 1-1. Spins across, nice shot. One-timer. Score! A right circle one-timer from Kevin Fiala found its way through night, and with 6:48 left, it's 2-1 LA, and it's Kempe who will lead the team back to the bench. He might have redirected it in. 5 seconds left. Kachuk tries to center, deflected away, spun toward the middle. That's gonna do it. Kings win.
It's the Kings and the Panthers, tonight at 4 p.m. Pacific on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPN LA app.
Super Bowl. Bill Belichick today on Pat McAfee suggested that the Lombardi Trophy should be renamed the Brady Trophy.
What?
Yep.
Damn.
Now, I think
really?
that's tongue firmly in cheek, is it not?
I didn't hear the quote, but that's amazing that he said that.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched the.
It's on the front page of
watched
ESPN. It's in the
Plus.
stack. Yeah.
I watched the Apple Plus documentary on them, and I did not think they were so chummy.
No, I don't think they are. They seem to, at the Tom Brady roast, they seem to connect a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it's like Kobe and Shaq.
Yeah.
You know, like
now that it's
it was all
over,
marketing,
now that it's
yeah.
over, they look back and say, "Oh, that was actually
it wasn't so
yeah, it
bad.
wasn't
I know
so
I wanted
bad."
to kill you, and I punched you that one time." And,
So, Landman is a show on Paramount Plus. It is from Taylor Sheridan.
Oh, loves
It's about the
Lioness.
oil business.
Okay.
And Billy Bob Thornton plays an oil man. John Hamm plays an oil man. Demi Moore is John Hamm's wife. And so, John, I don't want to spoil this in any way except to say that there was a cameo. And Bergman, you say this was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
but
it was
I'm
like
catching
2-3
up on the
weeks
show.
ago, yeah.
There was a cameo that absolutely blew me away. Listen.
My daughter, when I was in my 30s, went to school at Stanford. I couldn't stand it. She was so far from Arkansas. So I'd think of reasons to make trips out there, try to come up with a little business or something. I go out there with her. I get an old office downtown Palo Alto. Jean goes to class with her. I said, you know, I need to get some things going out here if I'm going to spend this kind of time. So I went over to Brentwood, about 20 or 30 miles from San Francisco. And I bought about 25 lots, like I was going to build 25 houses. Except I drilled 4 gas wells. And those 4 gas wells in 18 months paid me enough money for me to buy the Dallas Cowboys.
Jerry Jones.
Wow.
I have to tell you. Did you see it, Brian? You don't watch that show.
I saw the first couple episodes. I haven't gotten to this part, though, but I watched this clip.
Bergman,
is that a true story?
I have no idea if that's true. I assume
Sounded
it's true.
true.
I assume it's true, right?
It sounds exactly who he is. It sounds like he sat down and was just telling his own story.
See, I think if I was like a casting director or a director and I had a role, I think Jerry Jones has I think he's a much better actor than he is a general manager at this point.
Yeah, he did a great job. It's much better than his press conference.
Yeah, much better than the press conference. It didn't have near the awkwardness of his press conference.
I'm taking all the risk here.
I'm taking the risk, exactly. So there's a great story, Momo, in the LA Times this week about Neil Elytrage, the surgeon.
I know him, yeah.
So I didn't realize this. Do you realize that he performed surgery on both MVPs and both Cy Young Award winners this year in Major League Baseball?
Wow.
He did shoulder surgery on Aaron Judge in 2017. He did Chris Sale and Tariq Skubal, both of their elbows. Shohei Ohtani did the second Tommy John on him. Talk about a weird niche in the world. He is the guy that is
the most important scalpel. Yeah,
exactly.
So when you cover sports, you start to learn who the doctors are that all the teams or players go to for whatever. There's the back guy. There's the elbow guy. There's the knee guy. Like if you have a foot problem, you go to Dr. Ferkel. You know that's he's the foot guy.
Sure.
I'm trying to remember who the knee guy is. Who's the knee guy? I can't remember.
Regardless.
Anyway, Dr. Watkins is the back guy.
Right,
you know?
right.
There's just those guys, and so. Like a lot of times in the announcement of when somebody has a surgery, let's say it was performed by Dr. So-and-so.
Yes.
And in LA, Dr. Elytrage is the guy.
Yes.
And I might be getting a few of these details wrong, but I remember an agent telling me.
That's all right. It's talk radio.
It's talk radio.
Yeah.
I'm just
enough.
saying it's my memory here might be a little bit off.
Okay.
But I believe this was this. I had an agent telling me like they flew their client in to Elytrage and they needed a consult and stuff, and it wasn't like you got to have surgery tomorrow, but it was like they definitely needed a consult,
right? And
they were like, I'm sorry, we're still here in the waiting room. And I was like, wait a minute, you have to be in the waiting room? And they were like, that's how it works at Elytrage. You got to wait. Everybody's trying to get in here.
Sure.
I was like, I thought NBA stars just get right in. They just get that MRI. They don't have to wait for insurance approval. They don't have to wait. for 3 weeks to get in to get a spot.
Right.
But like that guy, just think about the pressure.
The pressure. That's what I was thinking.
God.
You know, he's operating on guys that make millions of dollars and have huge impact to their teams.
Yeah, and like if you just don't have a good day, like
tell you one thing you never want to hear from Dr. Elatrash. Oops. You never want to hear that, ever.
Oh, man.
That is bad.
My sleep score was bad last night. Oh, I shouldn't have ate that. Too much of that.
So a couple of things jumped out at me from this article. It's a really good piece. I forget who wrote it, but it's really good. It's in the LA Times. Okay. He talked about why there are so many arm injuries. And he says that it's the early integration of advanced data and analytics, highlighting the importance of higher velocities and spin rates for pitchers, cutting-edge training programs like throwing heavy balls, more physically taxing pitch shapes like curveballs and frisbee sweepers. He says that the arm injuries really picked up when analytics got in there and said it's about spin rate, it's about velocity, bam. And then we've got all these arm injuries. And I don't think I think we're going to continue to see them.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, I remember the Dodgers against the Red Sox in the World Series, and every guy out of the Red Sox pen was throwing 100.
Yep.
Remember that?
2018.
2018.
Right? Yep.
And it was like every dude out of that bullpen was 99 to 103.
Oh, my God.
And it was like the Dodgers had some good pitchers, but they weren't throwing 103.
Joe Kelly, Nathan Eovaldi, trying to think who were some of the other. They came arm after arm. Although Nathan Eovaldi and Joe Kelly are
those were the two
that
they just
really
destroyed us,
stick in my mind. I hated that one because I was at Dodger Stadium when the Red Sox won. They won that in five, I think, right? And I was at Dodger Stadium, and there were a lot of Red Sox fans there, and I'm like, out of here.
That was back-to-back, too. You were at Game 7 from 2017, and then Game 5 for 2018.
Right.
That was rough.
Thank God I got to go to 2020.
Right.
That was a good palate cleanser right there.
But I think he's right because, you know, it used to be you could just be a really good pitcher.
Yeah.
Just know how to get, you know, Kenley Jansen and I used to talk all the time. He says, I don't throw 94, 95 anymore, but I know how to get outs.
Right.
And and then you guys be like, well, it's always an adventure. It's scary.
I'm a big Kenley Jansen fan. I always was.
I was the last person on Kenley Island.
I had a temporary structure on.
I still want
Kenley
it back.
Island.
I think. Well, no,
it's not anymore. No.
But I still like the dude knew how to get outs. Like that's what happens to people when they don't want to throw. Like he hasn't had major arm injuries. I'll knock on wood.
Yeah.
Because he adjusted from not being able to go 94, 95 anymore to being a pitcher, and if he's got to get you out throwing 87, he will.
Yeah. Here's the one thing that came out of this that I find encouraging. He talked about Shohei Ohtani, and of course it's a second Tommy John surgery. He says the second Tommy John revisions don't have as good a track record historically, but we've gotten a lot better at our results after revision for a lot of reasons, and I know I'm going to get from Shohei in rehab. He totally buys into the process. So he's basically saying they're getting better with pitchers on their second Tommy Johns. Because I'm trying to think, who's been successful with a second Tommy John?
I mean, technically Walker Buehler. He just came back and won a World Series for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
So.
But not a lot of guys.
Not a lot of guys. It's not. We're going to see. We're going to find out with Tony Gonsolin. We're going to find out with Dustin May.
Yep.
We're going to find out with some more people.
With
like
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, but they're most that Jacob deGrom. We're going to find out from him.
Oh, sure. That's another one.
I feel like Sale had two of them.
Sale had at least one. Because
maybe he had something else. Maybe
Elatrage did
too.
it. Yeah. But I found that interesting. Neil Elatrage is the guy that basically we're relying on him to get Shohei Ohtani back.
I mean, there's somebody on the East Coast too. Like but a lot of people will fly out for him. Like they'll have to get on a plane from Boston and fly out just to have him do their surgery. And that's it amazes me because you know what, doing a surgery is like it's phically hard too. Those guys
for the surgeon.
Yeah. Like you're standing there for hours and hours and hours doing very minute things that. I mean, those surgeries aren't quick. It's not like 20 minutes in and out.
Although I've heard that surgeons, like I wonder if Neil Elatrage is like this. They put on like rock music or dance music while they're doing a surgery.
They might do like 5 surgeries a day. They rep those things out.
Yeah.
You're standing on your feet
but
for
what do you think,
10 hours a day.
What do you think Dr. Neil Elatrage listens to when he's doing a surgery?
Highway to Hell.
You got to have like a God complex to be a surgeon like that.
You absolutely do. You absolutely do. Because you have basically somebody's career in your hands.
Talk about the man in the arena.
Oh, yeah.
Like, jeez.
All right, coming up next for you.
Hey, you want to know something real fast?
Is it Carlo Saisu's favorite food?
He does. You texted him. I didn't, so you have to tell me that.
Okay.
But I found out why Shabuzi is named Shabuzi.
Oh, I want to know that.
His name is Collins Obina, and then his last name, I'm assuming Shabuzi. It's Chibueze. He's Nigerian American, so Chibuzi to Shabuzi.
Okay, well, that's not a big leap.
No.
Say it again. It's from
Collins Obina Chibuze. Chibueze.
So he just went with Shabuzi.
Yeah, this is his last name. So
Just made it
just
like
took his
where
last
it
name.
sounds like it's
Yeah.
spelled.
Okay.
So there you go.
There you go.
You wanted
There's
to know
your-
about Shabuzi?
Oh, you know what? That's Greg Bergman.
Stat sleuth.
Statistical sleuth.
Take that for data.
All right.
I like mine better.
Coming up next for you. Momo, how many push-ups can you do in a minute? Oh, there's the...
Is push-ups, is that going to be my test?
No, let me take the back. How many sit-ups can you do in a minute?
A fair amount.
There is actually a number that if you're in top physical fitness shape, you should be able to do.
Or my feet loose?
It's a good question. If you're doing sit-ups, can you do them
can do a lot.
without somebody holding your feet?
Well, it's much harder to do them with nobody holding your feet.
Oh, it is harder?
much harder.
Much harder.
Okay, it's nobody holding your feet
Okay.
then.
I mean,
there's a test.
You want me to test?
No, there's a test. I know. I'll tell you what it is coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr.
Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. after Greenie.
Banned words in class. So I hit Travis with this. He knew most of them, or almost all of them, except one or two.
2 or 3, yeah, there was a couple I didn't know.
Am I answering yes or no? Or?
No, just tell if you've heard these and tell us what they mean if you don't. Okay, ready? Banned words. Bruh, bro, on God, say less. You said that like 2 days ago. Yeah. Say less.
Means you've sold me already. We're good.
Say less.
Yeah.
Gucci.
That one I did not know.
That's all good?
All good.
I didn't know that.
Type S, like type SH.
Type,
yeah. Okay. Riz.
Yeah.
You know what that is. What is Riz?
You got game.
Yeah, you got game. Yeah. That's what we said.
Yeah.
Bussin', I guess that would.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Mood. Gat.
Gat? Like you got gat?
No, like gat.
Oh.
Weekday mornings at 9 a.m.
It's Travis and DeMarco
on 710 ESPN.
Hey guys, it's Cappy, and if you want to sell your home, call Seller's Advantage. Let me say it again. It's real simple. If you're ready to sell, call Seller's Advantage. Everybody has different reasons for selling. Some people want to downsize and they're ready to move. Some have inherited property, and you know what? They don't want to have that property. They want to get rid of it. Or maybe you're just ready for a change in your life. Whatever your reason is for selling, Seller's Advantage has a custom solution for your needs. They'll make you a competitive cash offer with no repairs needed, and they can close in days. Seller's Advantage is the fastest and the most stress-free way to sell your home. No complicated closing process or contracts falling through. Seller's Advantage has been making sellers happy for decades, and they've got all the reviews to prove it. So call them today and get a no-obligation offer at 888-390-AS-IS. 888-390-AS-IS, 888-390-2747, or sellersadvantage.com.
Don't worry, sell happy with Seller's Advantage.
Hey, it's Steve Farr. If you're like me, you just don't want to watch the game. You want the best experience every time. That's why Absolute Sport is a game changer. VIP access to the biggest games, exclusive pregame parties, luxury hotels, whether it's courtside, ringside, or the 50-yard line, Absolute Sport makes sure you're there, not just watching, you're living the action. Visit us.absolute-sport.com. That's ABSOLUT-sport, and make your next sporting experience absolutely unforgettable.
It is Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN. Don't get it twisted, yo. The most downloaded sports radio show in Los Angeles. The podcast, that is.
Mason and Ireland, the #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles. The #1 most downloaded sports podcast in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
Getting a complete explanation of Momo's workout. She is shadowboxing. She's got, you got a big kick in you. We're on the air.
We're on the air.
This is the show part.
That was teaching me.
I try to make it not sound like a show.
Yeah.
That's why we all.
You're doing great.
Yeah, thank you. So, here's something I came across today about the FBI's physical fitness test.
Okay.
One of the things they say is that for sit-ups, you have to do 35 in a minute for women and 38 in a minute for men. And if you pause, the test is over.
Ooh.
Now, could you do 35 sit-ups in a minute?
I think so.
I think you probably could. The way you're working out right now?
Yeah, I think I could.
Bergman, does that seem like a
But then
high
no
number?
one's holding my feet. That's different.
Nobody's holding your feet.
Nobody's holding your feet. I could absolutely not do it. Good for you, Momo.
You
if
really
can.
couldn't do it?
I couldn't do this. Like
I
full
think you
sit-ups.
could do it.
Full
See,
sit-ups?
I mean, think
no.
about it. There's 60 seconds in a minute, so that's like more than one per every 2 seconds.
Every 2 seconds, right.
That's pretty quick.
That's very fast, and it's a lot of core strength.
It's a lot of core strength.
So-
But, I mean, you don't do...
No, I do them at 45.
I don't think I can get to 35.
I can't.
I think
Nobody
you can.
holding my
I
feet.
bet you can.
It's hard to just get up and do
if,
one.
if my feet are like if I have someone on my feet, then yeah.
Yeah, then you can just go quickly.
Go.
But if you're doing it with no one holding your feet,
Really?
it's really hard. Go.
Get in here. Hold Momo's feet.
Sure.
Words
Can I
never
get a
said
mat?
on the radio
Can I
before.
get a mat?
Hold Momo's feet.
I don't know. We're gonna do it right on the
Yeah,
end?
we're going to do it right now.
All right.
Yeah, let's see. Momo, 35 sit-ups. I believe you can do it. I think there's no question in my mind. Momo, on the studio floor. Good. 2, 3, 4, 5. Not slowing down. 6. 1 every 2 seconds. 7.
Radio magic.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Momo's starting to get gas there. Yeah, keep counting, Greg. Okay. We're coming up on 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Momo's trying to get to 35.
Radio.
This is good radio. Momo doing... Oh, this is why they put you in the Hall of Fame, Beto. This is why. 24. You're at 45 seconds. You have 15 seconds left.
What would Tom Snyder say?
Tom Snyder would be embarrassed for me. And time. How many did you wind up with, Momo?
And that's a final.
By the way, that was fantastic. I don't care if you made 35 or not. That was fantastic. Yeah. No, good, Momo.
How long do we have?
Yeah, I'm telling you, we have this LFG chain. The LFG chain, everybody from the station is on the LFG chain, or a bunch of people are, and the workouts all get shared and stuff.
Yeah.
And Momo, I think you have the most workouts on the LFG chain.
Well, I send you. Like, am I out of breath? No, I'm okay. Okay.
No, you're fine.
No, I send you like actual clips.
Correct.
Most of you guys are just sweaty selfies.
Well, I mean, not all of us are able to produce a big video like you do. Momo does her whole exercise plan.
I just
We get the
asked
videos
the
of
trainer
them.
to hold it for a second.
Right. I mean, but none of us have that capability
to 35
necessarily.
though.
But you're pretty damn fit.
God, that was
How many? Did you get
31
to?
in a minute is
31
really,
in a minute is
that was
fantastic,
that was
Momo.
a pace.
Momo has the hardest workouts. I get the videos and I'm like, damn, look what she's doing. It's
Yeah.
very impressive.
I don't know. Well, you don't show your workouts. I just see you like, ugh.
That is correct.
That was a hard one.
That was a hard
Ugh.
one. Leg day.
Are you saying that he didn't actually do the stuff? He's just
I
showing
mean,
you his
there was one
face.
time I saw him working out and it was like this. It was like,
Oh, that's the hamstring.
Leg day.
Yeah, that's how you get the hamstring right there.
and I was like, I don't know about that.
Oh, that's a serious. That's one of the toughest ones I do.
I mean, it was just like slow motion.
Yeah, but it's all hamstring.
There was no one like yelling at you and
yeah,
stuff.
no, it's
I didn't
not.
see how much
it's
weight
not
there was.
that. It's not that.
But you are consistent.
I am I get there most days.
Yeah.
Most days. All right, Game of Games is coming up. Hey, to kick off Super Week, join Mina Kimes live and in person to benefit LA Fire Relief. This is Monday, February 3rd at the Belasco in downtown LA. Doors open at 6:30. Get your tickets now and find out more about this special evening. Go to minapodlive.com. All right, it's Game of Games. It's my game today. I'm trying to think if it's good or not. Yeah, I put a little time into this one. Put a little time into it. In the meantime, I want to tell you about Sleeper. I love playing Sleeper picks. Now, I had nothing rolling last night. I ended up, but I got one rolling for tonight. Brian, anything?
I got one tonight too. It's all they have a bunch of Wild Card Wednesday kind of off.
Yeah.
For the NBA, so I got James Harden points and assists.
I like that.
Over 28 or more than 28,
He's
and then
rolling,
Karl
and
Towns.
also he's a bucket.
Yeah, of course.
Like right now, he's
Yes, he
40
is.
points
And my
the other
favorite
night.
plays have been the double-double, so I'm going Carlstown double-double.
See, I like double-doubles. I've got Jokic going in double-double.
Oh, that's a stretch.
You think so?
No.
Right, it's a
The
gimme.
average is a triple
free
double.
money,
Correct.
baby.
Yeah, that's free money. That's what I'm saying. I got Victor Wembanyama more than 3.5 blocks.
That's about his average, yeah.
And I've got Cade Cunningham more than 9.5 assists. I
they
feel
playing?
pretty good about that.
I like those.
Yeah, that's a harder one to get to, but yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, look, here's the thing. If you like watching games, Sleeper Picks makes it a whole bunch more fun. I've always got a Sleeper Pick rolling, and you can do it too. And right now, if you download the Sleeper app and use code 710, you get $55 in free entries when you play $5. That is code 710. And by the way, we've had more people sign up in L.A. than in any other town in America right now. We're killing. So download the Sleeper app, play along with us, use code 710, $55 in free entries when you play just $5. That is code 710. Got to be at least 18. Promo code locations. Other restrictions apply. Minimum deposit $25. See terms of use for details. Please play responsibly. Call 1-800-426-2537 for help. Coming up next is Game of Games, Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Are you ready for a party? Oh, party! This Saturday at Cosm, Los Angeles. It's the Michelob Ultra official Lakers watch party. Join Beto Duran broadcasting live for Lakers
Hey guys, it's Mina Kimes, host of the Mina Kimes Show featuring Lenny, here to tell you about a live podcast taping I am doing in Los Angeles Monday, February 3rd, right before the Super Bowl. I am joined by Greg Rosenthal, Jordan Rodriguez, Chris Ryan, Andy Greenwald, and the Rams' own Kobe Turner. 100% of your ticket proceeds go to wildfire relief here in Los Angeles. Check it out, minapodlive.com.
Claims. Call us today for a free consultation at 800-485-1049. If your home was destroyed, you may also have claims against third parties, such as Southern California Edison. Call us today, 800-485-1049. 800-485-1049.
Finding the right employee for your company is tough. One wrong hire can be a major setback. You're not alone if you face this. A recent survey by Robert Half shows nearly half of hiring managers readily admit to making a bad hire. Luckily, there's a solution. With Robert Half's specialized recruiter's experience, combined with our award-winning AI, you can have the right skilled professional in place quickly. We understand what it takes to build winning teams because at Robert Half, we know talent. Discover how we can help at roberthalf.com/talent.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
710 ESPN.
And it is time for Game of Games on the #1 sports radio show in LA, Mason and Ireland. Game of Games. Game of Games presented by CallJacob.com.
Call Jacob.
Everyone loves a fighter, but in this town, winning matters, especially after an accident. So remember, anyone can fight, but CallJacob.com is here for you when you need a big win. After an accident, go to CallJacob.com or call 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of Games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, here we go. It is Game of Games time, and we welcome to the show the great Scott Kaplan. Cappy, what's happening?
Hello, gentlemen.
Got a little Sandler?
Yeah. That's right. You know, Adam Sandler, that's what they would say to him. They go, hello, and he'd say, oh, gentlemen.
Yeah.
And he'd have to put his, lower teeth in front of his upper teeth, you know what I mean?
He also likes saying Chalamet.
Oh, Chalamet.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, what a Chalamet.
All right.
Is that Timothy Chalamet?
Correct.
That we're
yes,
talking about?
that's what we're talking about. All right, so Cappy's going to play Momo, Brian
Let's
Bergman. We're going to play a game called Winless. Winless.
All right.
I'll give you two players. You tell me which one didn't win a major award. So you get the hang of this. Who is MVP-less? Washington great Wes Unseld or Dr. J, who did not win NBA MVP? Cappy.
The Doc.
The Doc. Momo.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to say Wes Unseld.
Wes Unseld. Brian.
Yeah, the first one, Wes.
Wes. Bergman.
I'm going to go Dr. J.
It is Dr. J. Yeah, Wes Unseld won MVP in 1969. Dr. J never won.
Wow, I never won.
I knew that
blocked a lot.
about 1969.
Did you know about
No, I
that,
did
Wes
not.
Unseld?
No,
I just felt like Dr. J won because of when I saw him in Showtime.
Yeah.
In winning time, you know?
Yeah, right.
They built him up. Okay.
All right, number 2.
I like how BC was like, who's the first guy?
Who is NBA Finals MVP list?
All right.
So, in other words, didn't win the NBA Finals MVP. David Robinson or Wes Unseld? Momo. Never won NBA Finals
let's
MVP.
Let's go Wes Unseld again.
Going Wes Unseld. Brian.
Wes Unseld.
Wes Unseld. Bergman.
David Robinson.
David Robinson. Cappy.
I, too, am going with the Admiral.
And you are smart to do so. Yes, Wes Unseld won Finals MVP in 1978.
I knew that.
A lot of Wes Unseld.
Wasn't
with
David
the
Robinson
Bullets.
too old at that point? Like Tim Duncan won.
Yeah, Tim Duncan won.
Yeah.
David Robinson never did. All right. Who is Cy Youngless? Cy Youngless. Pedro Martinez or Kurt Schilling? Pedro Martinez or Kurt Schilling? Who's Cy Youngless, Brian?
Pedro.
Pedro. Bergman.
Does Pedro really not have one? I'm going to go Pedro.
Pedro does not have one. Cappy.
Wait, he doesn't?
No, that was his answer.
My
Pedro
answer
does not
is
have one.
Okay. I'm going to go Schilling.
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 And Momo. Schilling. It is Schilling. Schilling has not won, never won the Cy Young. Pedro Martinez did. Pedro won in 1997 in Montreal. All right, here we go.
Montreal.
Little hockey.
With the Expos?
Yeah, with the Expos.
Old school.
Yeah.
Remember the Dodgers traded him for Delano Shields?
Yeah.
Great trade.
I love
What
that
a
trade the moment it happened. Later, I found out that was a terrible trade. Number 4. Who is Hart Trophyless? This is the NHL MVP. Who is Hart Trophyless? Peter Forsberg or Anze Kopitar? Who has never won the Hart Trophy for NHL MVP? Bergman. Kopitar or Forsberg?
Look at the thought. Look at him thinking.
Yeah,
Look at him
I'm really
deep
thinking.
thought.
I know he's won a bunch of awards, but I don't think Kopitar ever won the Hart Trophy. Kopitar.
Saying Kopitar. Cappy.
Forsberg.
Forsberg. Momo.
Kopitar.
Kopitar. And Brian.
Forsberg.
Forsberg. The correct answer is Anze Kopitar has never won the Hart Trophy for NHL MVP.
Has he led the league in scoring, though?
I think he has.
Forsberg won for the Avalanche in 2003. 2003. Kopitar was a finalist in 2018. So it's Cappy 3, Bergman 3, Momo 2, Brian yet to score.
Cappy. Not my game.
Yeah, Cappy's in it.
I'm in it today.
Number 5. Who is Super Bowl MVP-less? Never won the Super Bowl MVP.
All right.
Troy Aikman or Russell Wilson? It is back to you, Cappy.
Troy Aikman.
Says Troy Aikman. Momo.
I think it's also Troy Aikman.
Troy Aikman. Brian.
Aikman.
Aikman.
Yeah, I'm
Bergman.
going to go Aikman also.
You are all incorrect.
Wow.
Russell Wilson won the. Russell Wilson never won the MVP. Aikman won in '92.
Is that right?
Yes.
I feel like it was always Emmett, and then there was a defensive guy that
defensive
won
guy,
one time.
yeah.
Larry
Brown.
Larry Brown.
Larry
Yeah,
Brown
there
against
you go.
Pittsburgh in 97 in
Yinders.
Phoenix.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, number
I don't know if
6.
that's right,
Yeah, I don't know either. It sounded good.
Who is World Series MVP list? Who never won the World Series MVP? Paul O'Neill of the Yankees or Steve Yeager of the Dodgers? Who never won World Series MVP? Momo.
Yeager.
Yeager. Brian.
O'Neill.
O'Neill. Bergman.
Yeah, Yeager.
Yeager. Cappy.
Also going Paul O'Neill.
Paul O'Neill is the correct answer. Steve Yeager won the MVP
what?
in the 1981 World Series against the Yankees.
You know the famous story about Steve Yeager? Have you guys ever heard this
I
for real?
don't know. I'm not sure.
So later in life, after he retired, he wound up getting married. And he married a woman who was Jewish.
Okay.
And to marry him, he needed to be circumcised.
Oh.
No.
But oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
I think he's like my neighbor, too, by the way. I think he lives in my neighborhood.
I'm talking like a guy who's probably at like 40 at this point.
Oh, no.
40.
He did this?
Oh, yeah.
No,
You don't have to.
Well, no, but she demanded.
Wow.
And he wanted to marry her. And
Yeah.
and
Are they still together?
That's a good question. I do not know.
You
that.
do
I'll go
that?
by
I
their
really
house.
hope
know where
so.
he- I
Please
think I know
go
where
by,
he
knock
lives.
on the door, and go, hey,
And
are you
ask
Steve
him?
Yeager? Yo, my buddy Cap says that you got circumcised at like 40. Can I
Now,
check
are
that
you?
thing out?
Is this for real or is this
Everything out.
Cappy?
What's that?
Is this for real or
Yeah,
is this
we not.
Cappy's
This is
mind?
no. You know, how, like sometimes, like I expected Sasha to have the case of wine.
Yep.
This Steve Yeager told me directly.
Okay.
Right.
There you go.
Wow.
All right, it's Cappy 4, Bergman 3, Momo 2, Brian 1. Who is MVP list? I'm mixing sports here.
Okay.
Who is MVP list? Barry Larkin of the Reds or Patrick Ewing of the Knicks? Brian.
Larkin.
Larkin. Bergman.
Ewing.
Ewing. Cappy.
Ewing.
Ewing.
Momo. Ewing is the correct answer, yes. Barry Larkin won MVP for the Reds in 1995, and Ewing never won.
Played the same year as Michael Jordan.
Yes,
How many
that
left?
is true.
He's like Josh
I've
Allen.
got 2 left.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I've
you
got
just can't
Cappy,
get by.
Cappy 5, Bergman 4, Momo 3, Brian 1. Brian, you're out.
Damn.
Momo, you still got a chance, but you got to go different.
Okay.
You're 2 down.
And
Number 8.
Cappy has to go first.
The Vezina Trophy is awarded annually to the NHL's best goalie. Who is Vezina Trophyless? Vezina Trophyless. Is it Rogie Vachon of the Kings or Connor Hellebuyck of the Edmonton Oilers? Vachon or Hellebuyck?
The one who is without the Vezina Trophy.
Without the Vezina Trophy,
I'm going to go with the Kings guy.
the Kings guy.
Rogie Vachon?
Bergman.
I'm going to wait for the next one. I'm going to go Vachon, too.
Vachon.
I'm going to say Hellebuyck.
Hellebuyck won the Vezina Trophy last year.
I mean, I had to do that.
So that
Yeah, you
means
did.
we go to the last one. Cappy, you'll go first. You've got 6. Bergman, you got 5.
I got to go opposite.
And you got to go opposite. This is a question that John Ireland does. If he was here, he'd mention that Steve Sachs, he bought his house from. This is a Steve Sachs question.
Dude, I'm on the verge here of something that hasn't been done in a really, really, really long time.
You're right.
Yes.
Put it
Don't
out there.
screw it up.
Winning,
Yeah, I know,
winning a
right.
game of games.
Don't screw it up.
No, he hasn't
you
missed
just
one.
brought it out there. You're the Clippers. You can do it still.
Who is MLB Rookie of the Year list? Steve Sachs of the Dodgers or Darren Erstad of the Angels, who never won Rookie of the Year? Cappy, your answer is first.
You said Steve Sachs.
Steve Sachs, Darren Erstad. Who didn't win Rookie of the Year?
Steve Sachs.
I'm going Erstad.
And you are absolutely right, Bergman.
Oh,
Darren
okay.
Erstad never won Rookie of the Year. Steve
Now I'm
Sachs was
screwed.
Rookie of the Year in 1981.
You put it out there.
Now
You
I'm
did it to
screwed.
you
I'm
did it
so
to
screwed.
yourself.
Come on,
I knew
Cappy.
this was going to happen.
You know what? Just turn
did it
around.
to yourself.
Okay.
Just do it. Turn around.
Okay, I'm gonna need a number here.
Okay, a number.
How
Okay.
many players
You're good now.
have won more than one Cy Young Award? How many
Oh,
players
wow.
have won more than one Cy Young Award? I'll just need a number. Bergman,
many-
you write one down and Cappy can blurt one out.
How many players have
Won more than one Cy Young Award?
How many players have won more than one Cy Young Award?
Okay, go
Give me a
down.
number, Cappy.
How many players have won more?
Yeah, no, you
It's
repeated
hard
that
because,
question,
No, because
yeah.
it's hard because everything has been about less.
Correct.
Now
This
you're
one's
asking
more.
about more.
Correct.
Okay, so now I have to change my mind around
Okay,
here.
put your
okay?
more
You're
hat.
vamping. Come
Put
on,
your
a
more hat
number.
on.
25.
25.
I went 17.
17. Cappy, congratulations!
Hey, Cappy! What is
Correct
it?
answer is 22. So,
was
Greg,
gonna-
you
I
were
had
5 off. He was
21
3
written
off.
down,
It
my
was
bro.
right
Yes!
Look.
there.
Brian, I had 21 written down. I
Yes!
crossed it off.
Yes.
Nice job.
And by the way,
Oh.
Cappy, this is worth 2.
Oh, yeah?
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
worth 2 today.
Let's go.
So you're on the board.
Let's go,
In a
Momo.
big way.
Hey.
Let's
My
freaking
game
go,
tomorrow.
Momo.
Yeah, your game tomorrow and John's game Friday.
Yes.
What's
Wow,
the
that
score
sounds-
for the
You know why?
month?
You know
The
why you
sco-
did that? Because you've been crushing your F45s.
Yeah, no.
No
You're like a
question.
winner.
You're
No
killing
question.
it.
Feeling it.
Did
Yeah.
you walk out of the
Score.
gym feeling like a winner?
Yes.
Okay,
big
the
time.
score.
The score is Ireland 5, Mason 4, Laura 3, Bergman 2, Cappy 2, Brian 1, DeAndre 1.
I'm in
Look
it.
at Cappy
I am
with
live.
2.
I'm live.
Love that.
What's weird is that nobody besides Ireland or I have won since Laura in August, and before that, it was Mason in last March.
Wow.
So I have a chance to win.
You do. If you win,
And Ireland can't play on Friday.
no. So if you
It's
win
his game.
tomorrow, you take the lead, and he can't win.
Damn.
Whoa.
That's what I'm talking about.
Whoa.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. In the words of John Ireland.
And that's a final.
There you go. We're going to do some super crosstalk coming up next. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
When disaster strikes, You deserve an ally who truly understands the value of your home and your peace of mind. Are you facing fire damage? Despite your diligent insurance payments, your insurance company might fall short when it's time to file a claim. Do not let them underpay you.
Hi, my name is Victoria. I am from Silmar, California, and I just want to say thank you to all the firefighters for everything that you've done. You are so brave, so just amazing and brave, and we appreciate everything you've done for the city.
You know, I want to thank them. You know, without them, the fire wouldn't be the way it is right now. You know, little help like you guys asked for. You know, I got a few bobbleheads, a few jerseys, a few shirts that are brand new, and some baseball cards.
Thank you so much for the first responders and for the firefighters that are helping the community and the people of California, and especially Los Angeles. And thank you so much for your work, and keep doing what you're doing. You guys are the real heroes.
My name's Alfredo Famath, and I'm from Silmar, right next to the Hearst fire. We got evacuated, but I really want to thank the firefighters for saving my house and my friends' houses. You know, I appreciate you guys, and without you guys, I don't know where to be at, you know, probably without a home, but I really appreciate everything you guys do for us.
What's up, everybody? Cappy here, InsideCrypto.com, and I just want to take a second to thank all the first responders, the firefighters, but I'm going to take another direction here. I was talking about it on the air. Our friends at Lazy Dog and LA Live have been feeding all these firefighters. I'm going to send a shout out to all the wait staff who are feeding the firefighters, who can then feel good, be nourished, go to sleep, and then get out there and fight those fires. So to everybody that's helping, appreciate all y'all.
Hey, Henry Ramos here from El Monte. Hey, first responders, thank you for everything you guys are doing, and keep fighting on. And this is for Los Angeles. Thank you guys, and keep going. We love you, LA.
Don't miss Billy and Kip live.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason and Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk.
There you go. We got Cappy in the house. How you been, man?
I'm doing really well. I missed you guys. You know, the last 2 days with the Lakers being on the road.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of knocks us off the air.
We should do a combo plate.
We should do a combo. I suggested to Bergman a combo plate, and Bergman's like, nah, you
What?
know what?
He suggested a
He's
combo
like,
plate and you
nah,
said no,
He's
Bergman?
like, you do your thing,
That
man.
you're actually going to believe Scott Kaplan in anything that he says.
Would not. I would not lie to me, would he?
Not about
Yes.
that.
Not about that.
No, yeah, it never happened. He didn't even offer.
Why
to
don't
do
you?
it.
You should stick Kaplan on with me one day.
I told him that he is welcome to do that. He said no.
I did not say that.
You said no.
That is
you
not
say,
true.
So you say have a combo plate. You say no. That's why
I said, do you want to do any of these days? You said no.
That is not true at all. You're going to believe Bergman over me?
I
mean,
I
come
don't
on.
know who
Really?
to believe anymore.
I mean, really?
I don't know who to believe. So
one of us is lying.
Right.
Yeah.
The other one is not.
Do you watch that show Traitors on Peacock?
No, sir.
Oh, you should start this show.
Traitors.
Traitors.
Traitors?
Correct.
Not
Correct.
Traders.
It's a bunch of
No.
reality show has-beens who they invite to a house.
They're
they
not
put a-
has-beens.
I mean,
Not has-beens at all.
They're like winners of
Yeah,
different
winners.
things.
Like
Yeah.
example.
So like Boston Rob won Survivor 3 times.
Okay.
Okay.
That's impressive.
Chriselle sold real estate in
Selling
Orange
Sunset?
County on
Yeah.
Selling Sunset.
Okay.
So they put everybody into a house.
Right.
And then
Anybody sleep with anybody?
No, it's not that at all.
Oh.
There are 3 people who are traitors, and everybody else is a faithful. So you can get rid of somebody. The traitors can get rid of somebody, and the group can banish somebody, and they hope to banish a traitor. So I suggested that we do a big version of this using radio personalities from every market in the country. And you get like 25 people. And Bergman said, well, would you put Cappy in? And I said, and I mean this with a great deal of love and respect.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to be like a traitor?
No.
And I'm going to be really good
no,
at it?
the question was who would be a good trader at this
Okay.
radio station.
And somebody suggested Cappy,
Okay.
and I said, not What did I say exactly?
Oh, I know
Do you want to know what you said?
Yeah, what did I say?
You said he's not smart enough.
I don't recall that.
Wow.
I don't recall that.
Radio
You're not
Micah fan
devious enough.
Oh, devious.
Yeah,
That was
that's
the
what I meant.
correction.
Yeah.
That's what he meant.
Yeah, I'm a little too this is going to be the wrong word because nobody's going to believe this based on I'm a little too
Based
honest.
on your career.
Yeah,
Uh-oh,
I'm a
really?
little too honest.
Oh, God.
You know what I mean? And I guess what I mean by that is I'm a little too candid. You know, I wouldn't play poker. You know, I would just be blurting things, you know?
Right.
Like I can remember I was probably 12 or 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my friends, we were out riding our bikes one day.
Yeah.
And we had one buddy whose mom smoked More cigarettes. Do you guys remember the brand More? They were the long, skinny brown ones.
Yep.
So the very first time I ever tried smoking a cigarette, we went into this field out in the woods. You know, we rode our dirt bikes out there, and this kid named Enzo. It was
Great
his,
name.
Yeah, his Enzo. His mom had these brown More cigarettes, so he was like, "We're gonna try smoking cigarettes today, guys."
Nice.
So I take a drag of a cigarette, right, and I pretty much get on my bike, ride home, cry to my mother. She's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "I tried a cigarette." You know, I gave myself up,
right?
You know, because I couldn't hold the line.
Sure.
So I don't know exactly what the Traitors are versus the other people.
Faithful,
right? But I'm.
But you do make up a lot of misinformation.
You
on
do.
your show.
You do.
Would you call it misinformation?
You are kind of the king of misinformation.
I would say that Kaplan and I have the same sort of. Kaplan is a fabulist.
Yes. Okay.
A fabulous.
Yes.
Now I got to look up the definition of fabulous because I'm pretty sure
you like
you're
to tell
fabulous.
tall tales. You make everything a little more exciting.
Yes,
than it
I
really
like
is.
to embellish
Yes,
things.
there you
I
go.
like to use colorful terminology.
A person that invents elaborate, dishonest stories.
Oh, dishonest. Dishonest. Well,
I guess if they're not true, they are dishonest.
I mean, here's the thing. Can we just go back to the Sasha thing last week?
The Sasha Vujicic thing,
Yeah.
sure.
All right.
This was so great.
When I said to you last week, hey, make sure you pick up the case of wine that Sasha has for me, that was under the idea that you knew that I was kind of joking around.
Why would I think you wouldn't tell me the truth?
So then when you say to him, yo, you know who Scott Kaplan is? He goes, no, elaborate.
Elaborate.
Elaborate. And you're like, well, he told me that you're supposed to have a case of wine for him or something, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Right, it is true.
And I'm like, Mace, it's kind of just sort of just goofing around a little bit.
Well,
you know?
I thought you legitimately. By the way, this is a good example of a fabulous.
I was being a fabulous.
You're being a fabulous.
Right,
You said he owes me a case of wine, and I took it seriously. I put it to Sasha. Sasha rolled his eyes and said, "Who's that?"
Right. Now, I have gone in. This is embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
But again, I can't help myself, but just I got to blurt out the story here. I was obviously very hurt, by the whole thing.
No, you weren't.
Clearly, I mean,
again,
I was,
now you're being a fabulous again.
And what do? I go on to Sasha's Instagram.
Oh, no.
Oh, did you?
I didn't know this part.
And I send him a message.
Did you DM him?
I did. I DM'd him, and I don't think that's really like a cool thing to do.
No.
Right? You're not supposed to.
You
DM.
sent a message to Sasha saying what?
I said I'll find out exactly what I said. Something about how funny it was. That elaborate kind of a thing. And like.
And did he respond?
No,
he did not.
No, he did not.
Yeah.
You slid into his DMs.
I guess
That
I
is
did, but
kinda-
I don't know that he
kinda
knows I've slid
sad
into
and
him.
desperate. Yeah.
It is a little weird. It is a
It
little
is
sad
weird.
and desperate.
It's for sure weird.
Sasha, you were great on the radio today. I asked Mason to get a case of wine for me. You said enlighten me, brilliant, which I thought was funny. And then I tagged him in a Instagram when I was at the game on Wednesday night of last week. Or maybe it was Thursday. It was the game against Boston, and they showed him up on the jumbotron.
Yeah.
So then I took a picture of him and I tagged him in it, and I was like, "Oh, look, my fave, Sasha's here." I tagged you in that post as well.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you something about Instagram. I have never looked at a message in Instagram.
Good. You're in a
Are you
relationship,
serious?
Don't do it.
I've never looked at people.
Wow.
People say they send me stuff. I don't ever look
All
at
the time.
You should
messages.
look at your
No, he
messages.
shouldn't.
Can I look at your messages?
There's gonna be some thirsty people.
Sure,
in
I
there.
don't
do
care.
it.
I
But
wanna
wait,
see.
but I have a question.
Yeah.
Don't do
it's
it,
not
Mace.
really in your like if I tag you. Oh yes, it would go to your messages.
It would go to my messages.
You don't really
Or your
check your
mentions.
messages.
My notifications. Yeah, no, I don't.
If you've ever tagged
How many?
Mason, he's
Doesn't
never
it show
reposted.
up?
Yeah, that's true.
Like ESPN Los Angeles
don't
tagged
follow
me
him.
on 11 posts in the last week. I just found that out. Here is Scott Kaplan. Yeah, I did get your Cappy pays off Dodgers bet. No, see, this is
See,
old.
Mason just posts and then leaves. He
I
doesn't
post and
interact.
go.
I
That's
gotta
why
be
you don't
honest.
follow him.
I gotta tell you guys, I
Wow.
find that the DM feature on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
I text with people there.
Do
Me
you?
too. Yeah, me too.
Like I literally have text conversations with people. Like recently,
Well,
I've
that's
been
the thing that young people do. They don't
Yeah.
give each other's numbers out. They just
Yeah.
DM
Right.
until it fizzles out.
right Instagram.
Yeah.
Hey, what's your Instagram? What's your Instagram? Okay, great. Now we're connected.
Right.
I don't need your phone number. You know, like one guy that I've been noticing who's been a lot in the media recently has been Jake Steinfeld. Do you guys know who Jake Steinfeld is?
No.
Jake Steinfeld, you'll know him as his nickname, Body by Jake.
Oh,
yeah.
sure, yeah.
So Body by Jake, I've known Body by Jake for 20 years, maybe
more time.
longer.
He's like paid ads on his.
Oh, you
on
don't know who he is?
Instagram.
No. You know, Body by Jake used to be this guy who, exactly, he would have infomercials
Yep.
on TV with his different exercise equipment. And his story is that he was the original macho man. So he's walking in the grocery store one day, and some guy goes, hey, you like the macho man. And Jake's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I moved out here from Brooklyn. I'm a trainer, you know. I'm like, and the guy goes, no, but like there's this song, Macho Man, you know, the Village People, you're the guy. And so they made him like the guy, and he then became like the trainer to the stars.
Right, right.
And so he's had all these machines that he's sold on infomercials, and they'll tell you, hey, you got to work the abadabbas. You know, you got to work the hamsters. You know, he has all these little nicknames for all the different body parts.
Sure.
And so he's been like, his house was lost in the fires in the Palisades.
Oh.
And so he's been everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, he's been all over the media talking about, you know, what happened in the Palisades.
So here's a little.
What's that got to do with the DMs?
So I
it's
text
a long
with,
way
So I
around.
text with him.
Yep.
He and I text each other through DM
Okay.
on Instagram rather than even using our phones.
All right.
Almost
I
over,
wonder.
Ramon.
I thought
Almost
you.
over.
Thank you for
I
bringing
didn't
that
know
home.
if you're actually going to get there.
No,
but
thank
yeah,
you for
that
bringing that
actually.
home.
I forgot we were talking about DMs.
Yeah.
That story went on
Yeah.
so long that
From
I
the
lost.
hamsters.
I
Guys
Yeah,
lost
in the
the plot.
70s doing
You know?
abadabbas.
When you have a story, you
Yeah.
make a point.
Quadzillas.
So I just.
Do you guys see what I deal with?
It's
I'm out
crazy.
here, guys. Have a good show, boys.
Yeah, it's
Do you know-
seriously,
okay, so the other
Shadano, it's
day-
crazy.
The other day I was on air. I was doing NBA Today, and they asked me a question, and I don't think what I said made any sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like, who owns the upper hand in the rivalry between LeBron and Steph? And I started off saying something about how Steph has won more finals or something, and then somehow I got into a tangent about Steph MVP in those finals, but he had more help. But then now he doesn't have any help. And like, you know, you get out on a limb on an answer and you forgot
Right.
where
you
going
started
with,
and
yeah.
what the point was. I did that when you interviewed me for your show.
Oh, yeah.
For that podcast. You asked
Oh,
me a
yeah.
question. I was like, I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're like,
I was talking for a while.
Yeah.
What I think the question was like, what does it mean to live in LA and to be
Yeah.
a star? And so I started
You waxing
rambling,
poetic on
and then all of a
something,
sudden
yeah.
I was like, I don't know what I'm saying.
What was the question again?
Yeah, exactly.
Like I got all the way through my point and like in the middle, and then I just stopped talking because I was like,
Hey, Shadano, where you be, Shadano?
I'm in San Francisco this week.
who do you think has the edge, LeBron or Steph? I mean,
Yeah, I'll
You're
ask.
there.
You know what, Ramona? I'll ask Steph.
Okay.
You or LeBron?
oh my God. I mean, it's also because that's all we do is talk about LeBron and Steph, right? And on that, you know, we always talk Lakers and Warriors and stuff, and then
Yep.
there's just not that many more takes I have.
You're out
Well,
of
we
takes?
also don't have a lot of time
Right.
to talk about them anymore.
Yeah, fresh out of takes, Momo.
I think I might have been.
Yeah.
I mean, I started down one road, completely started driving down another road, and I started to make the effort to get back to where I started, and I was like, nah, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Just stop
I
right
was
here.
howling with laughter
Yeah.
when Beto said, "Well, what about the DM thing? Like, what about that?"
Right, he brought me home.
Yeah.
He got me
Yeah,
home.
I don't know
George.
how you do it, Shadano. I don't know how you
Me neither.
serial fabulist is what he is. He's a serial fabulist.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Bringing that word back.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good
I
word.
like it. I like it.
Now, Barkley says San Francisco is completely rat infested. Is that your experience, George?
I had a wonderful time last night. I went to grab dinner at this really great sushi place.
Really?
I don't know. It's yesterday was the big Chinese New Year parade.
Oh, yeah, that's a big deal.
Great time to be here.
right. Oh, that's cool. I personally think San Francisco.
When's
we
the last
we
time
go
you
up there. Been there twice in the last year. Went to
Okay.
see Noah Khan in concert in July.
Look at you.
Yeah,
Look at you,
I
Chase Center.
really like, and everybody says, "Oh, it's gone to hell." At least when I've been there, Union Square has been okay.
Ooh. I stayed near Union Square, didn't feel okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think it
Really?
depends on when you're there. George, have you been by Union Square?
We're not that. We're basically right there. Yeah. So and we stay there all the time.
And
I've
is it-
never felt
It's
like
all cleaned
unsafe.
up, right?
Here's the thing. In any big city downtown or the downtown adjacent areas, it's going to be a little strange,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
that's just the reality, regardless of what city you're in.
True.
Yeah, I think.
That's true.
And by the way, New York is where the Rats are. I mean,
Correct.
Rats as big as a dog, and Barkley will probably still go do games in New York. But
100%.
I mean, I saw a rat that
Oh, my God,
you
it's
should
a-
put a leash on.
Seriously?
It's take it for a walk. It's a big ass rat, is what that is. So Shadano, you're doing the Golden State game?
Yeah, today and Friday. So I've got the
Oh.
OKC Thunder today coming in here, and then the Suns coming in on Friday.
Boy, the wheels have fallen off out there, haven't they?
Yeah, but I think they feel like they could potentially get some stuff done. Like, that's what I gather. They're at least active.
Are you
would
getting
know
that?
better,
Are
right?
you getting that Jimmy Butler vibe?
Well, I think they make the most sense. I think they've always made the most sense with him because he fits the timeline
Yeah.
of Draymond and
So
Steph.
I was trying to say the Lakers should trade for him. If you're going
Yeah,
all in
Momo's
with
big on
LeBron
this.
and
Lakers
AD,
should trade for Jimmy Butler thing.
I don't think that's crazy. LeBron's 40. You got 1 or 2 years with him. Why not? You're just signing Jimmy to a. If you bring him, it's the rest of this year, next year, and then if you extend him, it's maybe another year or two.
But isn't he
So
36?
this is
35,
my
yeah.
pushback on that real quick. I don't think Jimmy wants to come someplace to be the third wheel.
Right.
Like the third best player.
Well, he would have been that in Phoenix.
Maybe.
Durant and Booker.
Well,
Jimmy's third.
I don't know if he's not better than Booker in a playoff series.
Book was pretty damn good when they went
It's
to the
at
finals.
least close, is what I would say.
Eh.
You can make an argument.
Well, I know you guys are super busy.
Are we?
You?
Yeah,
What
no,
does
you
that
guys
mean?
are super busy.
What do you mean by
you
that?
got so much. You got to talk about AD. You're going to talk about Bronny. You're going to talk about
is there
trades.
an update
You're
on,
gonna,
on AD today?
one. It'll be reevaluated in a week.
Reevaluate in a week, huh?
Yeah.
Well, and this is the thing, Ramona. I mean,
I don't think he comes
like,
back
should
before
they make a
All-Star.
move? Because he's out there telling people they should make a move,
Yeah.
but then he's out for a week. Like, it's just the timing
It's
of
just
it.
a week. It's not. Look,
Well,
I think
we
he's
don't
out through
know
the
how
All-Star.
long
I mean,
it is.
If it were like just you and I are in the league, this is how these things go. A week puts us about the trade deadline,
Right.
and then there's a week between then and All-Star. So he's not going to come back right after a week. There's a reconditioning, yada yada. So
Yeah.
at that point, just keep him out through All-Star.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then come back at the end of towards the end of February, and then
Right.
you've had like 3 weeks off, and you're all good to go.
But
Right.
their schedule, and I got to look ahead here a little bit. The schedule is going to get real tough.
Well, they got a 4-game and 5-day stretch
right
coming
because
up.
of the fire game.
Yeah,
they gotta
exactly.
make up.
Exactly.
Yeah, so the
I don't know.
schedule is
I
going to
don't
get real
think
tough.
it's changed what they do. So they need a backup big.
Yeah.
I mean, they want Jericho Sims. You want Reith from Portland. Whatever.
Yeah.
Get one of those guys.
Those guys are not going to move the needle.
Hey, I'll ask a question about a moving the needle guy. I was seeing this story about how the Sacramento Kings are now willing to talk about De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
He doesn't want the Lakers.
He doesn't
though.
want the Lakers.
Really?
Yeah.
What did he say?
Well,
I don't think
just
he said anything.
he hasn't said anything,
No, he
but
has not
it's
said
it's out there that his preferred destinations and the Lakers are not it.
Yeah.
His preferred destination sounds like San Antonio.
Yes, I did.
Wemby,
I did
baby.
hear that. Okay, San
Play with
Antonio.
Wemby, yeah.
yeah. But I mean, he's the kind of guy.
Oh,
Like we talk about.
Oh,
do
man.
whatever you got to
yeah.
do.
I would do whatever
Yeah.
to get him. I would do it. The idea of
Same.
him playing here, with LeBron and AD,
And he's
electric.
become a really good defensive
Yes.
player,
Yeah.
which was not something you could have said about him 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah.
What do you think about this trade straight up? You ready? The Kings send De'Aaron Fox to the Lakers.
Right.
The Lakers send Bronny to the Sacramento Kings.
I mean, after his performance last night, I would entertain that.
Ramona's giving me a little side eye.
Do you have like an offshore account someplace that you're
Yeah.
making up the difference there? I mean,
I would just go player for player.
Yeah.
I never do the money thing.
Right.
George
Yeah.
always
Player for
fills in
player.
those gaps.
Yeah.
I almost feel bad talking about it.
Well,
it was
it's
so bad last night.
and
It was
I
so-
think you got to be respectful.
Yeah.
Of and I feel for the kid. He just should not be in the first quarter of an NBA basketball game.
Look, that was a deer in the headlights moment.
Yeah.
Well, he's played very well in the G League.
Yeah, he's simply not
recently.
ready for the
You
NBA.
could see what JJ was thinking. We got Maxey out there. He's fast. He's torching us. Gabe Vincent, who's supposed to be our on-ball defender, is not here. Let's give Bronny a shot. Maybe he's got some energy and can.
You're
come
off
up
a
with steal
back-to-back?
Yeah, back to back. Like,
Right.
You could see the thought process, but like it was clear pretty quickly that he didn't have it.
Yes, I
and
agree.
I would not have put him back in after that first round.
Yeah. Well, there's one Momo, do you have any more takes?
Pete Carroll.
You have a Pete Carroll take? Oh, yeah. Oh, I heard
Cappy's got
Cappy's
Pete
now
Carroll.
completely on the Raider
total.
bandwagon.
I'm a hardcore Raider
I mean,
fan.
I love Pete. I
Yeah.
said today, I
Yeah.
can't really root against Pete.
No, I'm a hardcore Raider fan now.
I mean,
hardcore.
Yeah.
You're a silver fox.
Hardcore.
He's a silver
Right.
fox.
You're hardcore.
I am hardcore.
You became a fan 3 days ago,
Right.
and now you're hardcore.
Die hard.
Fill
Die
in the blank.
hard fan.
Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
The autumn
Cappy's
wind
going to be wearing
is-
one of those like skull masks and
Yeah.
like
Paint your face with it.
Painted-
pads
painted
with the
face.
spikes
And I'm
on
getting
them.
the shoulder pads with the spikes and the whole thing. I'm going to hang out with Gorilla Rilla. You know what I mean?
I
Yeah.
think you could hang
You
with
know?
Gorilla Rilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The autumn wind is a Raider. Is that what it is?
That is
Yeah,
correct.
That's right.
Who
got
I'm
it.
going to memorize that. I need to memorize that.
memorized the
You know?
entire poem.
Yeah. All I need is Janikowski. That's right.
Seabass!
Hardcore.
Sorry.
Hardcore.
Sorry, it's the Raider fan.
Where you going?
Attention fire victims. I'm Garen Majarian, an attorney at Majarian Law Group. If your property was damaged or destroyed by the recent